Made it back in time for the stream. Let's go. Yes, I was out today taking a look at those smart play sets. Did I pick any up? Did I pick any up? That is the question. I suppose that is what we're going to be asking ourselves this stream. I am building the X-Wing. Sounds like I picked up the X-Wing, but did I pick up the X-Wing? We just potted out Yavin. Would I be picking up the X-Wing day one? If it's going to be on sale in like 2 weeks. Bird off. Still waiting for that. Wishful thinking and then some. Am I going to be picking up Lego sets? Lego Star Wars sets. You know what? I would be picking up Lego sets day one. Knowing me. Hello there. Am I going to be picking up smart play sets day one? Or do we think that's a bit too much? Because I can't justify a day one buy of the smart brick. But we did take a little look. We did take a look in store. And also, I do have Lego. I have Lego we can build. I have a little make and take today and tomorrow. If you're in the UK, I don't know if this is, oh no, today and yesterday. Today and yesterday, got that completely wrong. There was a little make and take in Entertain Us. Certain entertainers, not all of them. I think it was all of them yesterday. I almost missed the stream myself. Don't worry yourself. No rushing to get back. The stream will be here when you are. And also, we've got half an hour until the official Lego stream kicks off. We will be watching that. Take a look. Live on the 1st of March. Here we go. An extended demo. Does that mean they've already released a little demo? Maybe, maybe. What's the music sounding like? I know you won't be able to hear it. I might set it up so that you can hear it. What's it like? Oh, there's no audio at the minute. That was anticlimactic. All right. Normally they have a bit of groovy music in the run-up. And the good thing is that doesn't get copyrighted as well. It's copyright-free music. Hopefully they do the same. If the Star Wars theme starts playing, we'll take a look at some of the sets instead. But we'll get onto that in a second. First off, hello there. We're day 3 streaming. Can we keep this up? Go all week. Don't know about that one. What is in the bag? Can anyone guess what this is by its parts? It's a lot of nougat. Ignore the blue brick. Ignore the blue brick. That's in there for a reason. A lot of... Well, what is that colour? Let's get it out. All the parts. It's like a medium nougat. Not a dark nougat. Not quite dark orange either. Not quite. It's definitely nougaty. Oh, look at that. That's like the perfect shade right there. If you take a colour picker to that, it would tell you that this is probably dark tan. I think that's what it classes medium nougat as. A version of dark tan. Fair enough. If it wants to be dark tan, ooh-wee to say otherwise. Let's get this built. Actually, I got to find where I put the instructions. Because I don't have the physical instructions because I found the digital instructions. But now I'm realizing I actually have to find those on a computer that's still got thumbnails from New Year. I need to go for it. Tomorrow I have decided I'm going to have a cleaning day, at least digitally. I'm going to sort out some Lego. Gonna sort out all the extra images and who knows what that's on this computer. There is so much. And there it is. Haha. Nice clean PDF. All right. How long does it take? How long will it take you to guess what this is? And let me know as we're building. This is one of 3 make and takes that is available this week. I have heard about a B-Wing that was available at Bricktastic, which definitely is a B-Wing from an old magazine. I recognize it. And I don't remember any B-Wing promos. Maybe there was at the time of the Clone Wars, because the Twilight kind of looks like a B-Wing, and they could have gotten away with just releasing a B-Wing. It's definitely a magazine B-Wing. Nice little make and takes to have. I don't know if they were free either. If anyone has been Bricktastic, I'd love to know about your experience. Seen a few videos on it, but a few people that have had stalls at Bricktastic, and you don't have an event like Bricktastic, there is nowhere near enough time to have a stall and to go around and see everything. You have to pick one and choose one, which is why I'd much rather go to a convention as a viewer than as a builder. Just finished a Lego set you got yesterday from London. Ooh, what set? Do let us know. Can't leave us hanging on that. What set was it? I don't think there's too many London exclusives anymore. I've noticed that. A lot of the London sets are available anywhere, or everywhere, not just anywhere. All right. Got the legs. Forgot the legs. What have we done? Ooh. 2 back and 2 forward. That's not how animals work. They're meant to be... Oh, I suppose if you put 2 legs in the middle, that's not going to work, is it? It's going to look a bit funny, that. And this is the front? Yeah. I think that's the front. Where's our 1x1? There it is. Yeah. No! Ah! We've broken it. This make and take was available at Entertainers. I think it was an all-day thing, and like was stocks last. I also saw that Smiths had... What did Smiths have? Something for Pokemon. Like a poster, but that was only on Thursday. So I wasn't able to pick that up. Flip it over onto the other side. And we got Mario Day coming up. I'm really hoping that there's some Animal Crossing polybags being given away. That'd be an awesome one to get. Star Wars has 3. I didn't go over the 3. So next weekend there's a lightsaber make and take at the Lego store. Do I want the number of the set or the name? Ooh, you could give probably the set name. The set name I'll at least recognize a bit more than the number. But if I don't recognize the name, maybe both. Maybe both would be handy. Ooh. A lot of studs not on top here to get the different shapes to the face. Anyone got a guess at what this could be? Does it look like anything you recognize from Star Wars? I will admit this head, having known what this is, this head doesn't look like anything I recognize from Star Wars. I don't think it does. Maybe it does, but not to me. Is this meant to be higher up? No, that's not meant to be. No, that's not meant to be there. Is it? It is. Okay, it looks a little more like it. Less lopsided face. But what do you mean? No. Surely not. Surely not. I can't believe it. Those extra red plates, this one is a spare. I don't be needing that. I'm just trying to find... Oh, no. Oh, maybe I don't have that. I had another tile for it. Which way did the head go up? These red plates are to go on the back of it, and that's something that I don't like as much for the smart play sets. But Bricktastic, this was given away with, by the looks, a smart brick. And if you haven't guessed what this is a Bantha. Bantha from Lego Star Wars A New Hope. Look at that. Kind of adorable. I think this is a decent scale for a Bantha. Like a Bantha. Lego Dream Set. Ooh. Is it a Lego Dream Set, and is it Mr. Oz's Space Bus? Oh, what a set. Lego Dreams have a ton of really good sets, by the way. Look at the Bantha. We've got one last little detail to add, and the reason I've left it out is because it's a really controversial addition to the Bantha, and it's the whip elements. The little rubber whip elements. I don't have any of the rounded whips, so what I've gone and done is Look, hold up one of these straighten out whips. And I've left it for about a day, day and a half. And I'm hoping when I pop this off, it will stay roughly in shape. Okay, not great, but not too bad either. I got 2 of these. Let's see if this one's any better. Maybe it will be. And maybe it will just be the same. All right, well, it works well enough for our demonstration. So when this was available at Bricktastic, which whether it came with a free smart brick or not, I want to get into that in just a second. They clipped in the whips just like so, had little horns on the side. I think that's good. They could have gotten away with the Tuscan horn, no, not the Tuscans, the Tauntaun horns. The horns of the Tauntaun would have worked on the Tuscan Panther. Wow, that's confusing. But for the Entertainer Make and Take, oh no, wait, I forgot. Oh, I'll fix it afterwards. For the Entertainer Make and Take, they didn't have them on this way. They had them clipped underneath. I don't know if any of you have seen that. It's one of the weirdest techniques that they could have done. You can't even get it in there. It's just impossible to do. Look how ugly that looks. That's not a great look. So I'd recommend popping them in. If you did pick this up today or yesterday, there you go. We've got our Bantha, like our Bantha. But I saw people at Bricktastic getting this Bantha, and it looked like it had a blue smart brick on the back. So was this smart brick given away for free to people at Bricktastic? Has anyone seen any smart bricks given away at Bricktastic? I had a little look at some of the videos of people making them, and by the way, no one was picking up any of these red tiles on the back. One of them is a tile specific to the do-back. I don't think it's a Bantha exclusive, a Make and Take exclusive. How good would that be if May 4th comes around and we can get not only Vader's tire, but a little smart brick with a Bantha? That's ideal scenario. But a little blue smart brick. This one is jumpy. This isn't a smart brick, it's a spring brick. This isn't a smart brick. This is just a 2x4 with a few 1x2 plates on it, which looks really nice. And I think the smart brick is also going to look nice, but this is just more satisfying because it's Lego brick built, and a brick built smart brick will always take the cake. But I had to build this little Bantha Make and Take because this is going to go perfect with Mos Eisley. Not only Mos Eisley, it'll also go perfect with any sort of Tatooine display, like Mos Pelgo. We want to build that. We do want to build a Mos Pelgo. I'm going to leave this just down here on the screen. This is our little mascot of the video. So if you don't care about the smart play, have a little look. Have a little look at the Bantha. But I did go into a Lego store earlier. In fact, I've just made it back from taking a look at some of these new smart play sets. So whilst we're waiting for the stream to start, we've got 20 minutes to kill. We could start building the X-Wing, or we could take a deep dive into these sets because I had these in hand. And I didn't think that meant anything. Having these in hand, we get better quality images, well, just as good quality probably on the internet, because what your eyes see, your eyes see. So I had a little look at all of these in person. My partner was there as well. We were talking about them and they weren't selling. First off, they were not selling, but also we saw so many details that, considering I've looked at these in like 3 different streams and I've not seen half the detail that we saw in person, especially on the boxes. So I just want to point out a few things that I noticed. First off, these all look like 4+ sets. I do think these all look like they're advertised for kids. I know they're 6+, but they all look like 4+ sets in the way the box art is. The box art looks, I can't even say what it is about the box art. The box art, it's calling out. It's calling out to you. It's not just a black box, so it's definitely not Fred Elves. The boxes don't give too much away. They also don't show every angle of the set, which is good online. But even online, they no longer show every angle of the set because they just spin it a little bit and give us a closer look. This is terrible. And I know why they've done this. The ATST Vader's tie have an open back. And that's one of the biggest complaints that any Lego set has, the open back. So doing it with a spaceship, I think there's going to be even more just 1-star reviews. Currently at 0 stars, because I think Lego require proof of purchase if you were to write a review. Oh, you have to sign in as well. I guess you leave a 1-star review, Lego knows who you are and Lego's coming for you. But this X-Wing, on the box, I never noticed how far the minifigures were displayed. You can see bottom left, we've got the troopers. Hello there. We've got the crew. We've got the plural, a stormtrooper, a rebel crew, an R2-D2, an astromech unit. And then we've got the Smart Play compatible pieces on the right hand side. Looks like they're not included in the set. On the back of the box, there is a Smart Brick not included, Smart Brick sold separately. And it looks like that's what they're advertising on the right hand side. I'm used to the minifigures bottom left. It wouldn't have hurt to put Leia and Luke in their own little section, maybe highlight it yellow and have another Smart Play logo by it, just so you're really shoving it down our throats. But yeah, the box is odd. The box is going to take getting used to. It's a new line of products, so that's fair. That's fair. That was going to happen. For the X-Wing, there's not much more than it says on the tin. We've got a little speeder. We've got turret. We've got the X-Wing, and that's pretty much all there is to it. We do see the little bit of Yavin on the back and the charger. In fact, do we get a look at the back of the box? Or do they leave it up to other sides? Here we go. Here's the back of the box. You've got a few of their different functions as well. Each of the tiles relates to one vehicle. And it does look like that's one sound. Each tag is one sound or one like flashy lights, one action. So with the Rebel crew, you place the Smart Brick down, it makes a noise. It makes the noise that a Rebel crew speeder will. The X-Wing makes another noise, a different noise if it's being refueled. There are a few different colors that act to it. And you've got the turret, makes a firing sound. I think the X-Wing also does as well. And it interacts with the minifigures. So if the Smart Brick is on the R2-D2 tile, which is seemingly different from the X-Wing tile. Maybe the R2-D2 and the X-Wing tile are both down. No, R2-D2's tile is on the back of R2-D2. Oh, that makes sense. So R2-D2 doesn't have a pin inside. He's just got the 2x2 tag, which if they can fit, if Lego can fit a tag on a 2x2 plate, why can't they fit it in an astromech? They can fit 4 studs on the back, but they can't fit a little tag on the inside. That's not right. And then we've also got the minifigures that have the tags in them as well. First off, that's something that's hidden quite well on the boxes. You got to give props where props is due. The minifigures that are compatible, Luke, Leia, you can see on the back of Leia, there is that logo. Just on the back of Leia, there's a logo. And because we don't get 360s, we don't see the backs of the minifigures that much. Here's the image or the render from the back of the box. You've not only got this make a sound stamp on the back. This is what all the minifigures have to show that they do interact with a Smart Brick. But you've also got some codes. I think this is a sign not to wash or something. This is a sign that there's a battery in there because I guess the minifigures need some sort of battery. I don't think they do. I think they've just got a tag on the inside, but that's probably powered by a battery. And that is printed underneath the right arm. But also on the left arm, there is a serial number and another little stamp. I think there's 3 sets of numbers. I can't remember what they all mean now. So unless you're showing off, oh, is this Luke Skywalker not compatible with the Smart Brick technology? Have they covered it up on the online renders? That's why I didn't see it. I didn't see it online because Lego are actively hiding the stamps on the minifigures. The left side, we'll see. Maybe they missed out in another render. That will be interesting if we can catch Lego out in online. In person, all the minifigures have stamps under their left arm, under their right arm, and on their back, which does deter me from, picking up these sets. Hello there. It's going good. Going good. We're taking a little closer look. I got to see the Smart Play sets in store today, in hand. I got them in hand. And there are some things that Lego are hiding. There are. I don't think that's right. I do feel like that's false advertising to an extent. But is anyone going to try and sue a company like Lego because they've covered up some printed minifigures? Probably not. Probably not. Let's take another look at another set. Maybe, I think the Mos Eisley is clearer. You can see the minifigures. Here we go. Again, the way the minifigures are displayed, they've got the arms covering the stamps, and you only really see this angle. From this angle, the minifigures look pretty good. I have seen earlier an image of Obi-Wan Kenobi that came in the magazine. Similar torso, legs, but the younger face, the older face of younger Kenobi, because you go back some time, Kenobi was younger. And they got a translucent blue leg. So anyone getting translucent blue legs, that's lucky. You can get yourself a Force Ghost Kenobi that would pair up with a Dagobah set. But because Greedo is a musician, and they've done it again. They've done it again. Lego are just straight up lying at this point. Because Greedo's a musician showing some moves on the dance floor, this is the image on the back of the box. And I know this image is on the back of the box because on the front of the box, there's no smart brick. They can't include it. Lego can't include the smart brick on the front of the box because it isn't in the set. So they can't advertise something that isn't there, even if it's just to grab your attention. It would be like me trying to sell something and put in Lego Star Wars on the front and then saying on the back, not affiliated with Lego Star Wars. Legally, they just can't happen. So Greedo does in person have the stamp visible under the arm, and it is clear. It's in black ink, so it shines out. Same with Kenobi. They've just removed it for the digital renders. That's interesting that they've done that. Oh look, there you go. There's Greedo's arm. We can see it. Can we get a close-up on this arm? Zoom all the way in. Go on, 500%. There we go. Greedo's stamp on the arm. You can see the 3 serial numbers just as clear as anything on the front of the torso. And that's annoying. That is annoying. I think a couple of the sets look solid, but you got the funding for the cool. I haven't got the funding for the cool ones. The prices are insane. I had a little look, and actually I was talking to Bevel earlier, and some of the sets are cool. Like going into store, there was a real chance of me picking up one of these sets, but they just don't look, they look like mocks. They need a bit more. If these were sold in bigger sets, if you were paying even more for combinations of these, let's pair them up. We'll finish looking at Mos Eisley and then we'll start pairing them up. There's some cool play features. I think Mos Eisley is one of the best sets. I am hesitant to say it's the best because it doesn't include a smart brick and you're still paying for a bit of the smart brick. Like these minifigures here definitely up in the price, and there's so many unnecessary printed parts. This blender, let's see if we can find the back of the box, because that's what I'm talking about. That's what I know to talk about. The back of the box gives you a clearer look at a few different scenes and details that you don't get from the front. This blender has a printed 2x4. Why does the blender have a printed 2x4? Really, that's not a sticker. And the thing is, right next to the blender, I've got to get a close-up of that half. Where's the blender? Show me the blender. Here we go. No, here. What? Is there no close-up of the blender? Huh. Okay. Well, that blender has a printed 2x4 on it. You look at the 2x3 to the left. This one here. Sticker. It's got stickers and prints, and they don't seem to make much sense. I think the reason for it is because this is designed to come off and on. That's where the smart brick goes. That's where the smart brick goes, and they've also made it really easy for kids to play with this. Like, there's not a lot of chance to get it wrong. Final Duel is the best. I do think the Final Duel is the best, based on the fact it's got 2 smart bricks. And for play, especially based on the advertisements, you really need 2 smart bricks to... It's like laser tag. It's like laser tag. Why have I only just... It is laser tag. Because the main play feature of the smart brick is the whole fire and get fired on mechanism. I think that's the big grab. Lego need to push that a little more than just the 30-second ad they had, especially when you had the kids running through the Star Wars sets. Oh, that's like childhood dreams right there. Don't understand who these sets are meant for. 6-year-olds. According to Lego, 6-year-olds. So the ages on the boxes, where it says 6+, that isn't meant for like 6-year-olds and older. That's their target demographic. Maybe it's too hard for younger kids, which is why they put the plus. That's them trying to be inclusive. I don't know. I feel like if they just slapped an 8 on it, that would be better, built for 8-year-olds. And then, like we discussed, 14 years should be like the highest. 18, I don't think any Lego set is really built with an 18-year-old in mind. It's either built with like a 30-year-old in mind that's got so much more cash to throw at it, or for kids to save up for. Maybe it takes you 18 years to save up for those sets. I think 8 years, most people would probably be buying this for a lot cheaper or more expensive, depending on how the Lego Star Wars market has gone. But yeah, it's awkward seeing the printed and stickered tile right next to each other. Literally 4 studs apart, we have a stickered panel. Then we have a printed panel. That printed panel is more expensive. Lego have made that clear to us. And there are a few other printed parts. The do-back eye, that can be reused, especially the print. Because there's only the eye print, if that isn't used for the mud horn, that's just rubbing it in our faces. It's rubbing it in our face saying, ha, we didn't just make you pay for this eye, we've made you pay for another eye design because we're confident they're making that much money. Don't these have batteries in them? They do. The minifigures do, but I don't know why, because I don't think the tiles do. This set doesn't come with the smart brick, so I don't think they have to put... There are batteries, so if you are in America, then you'll get the big sticker. I don't know if that's for all America or just the States, but a lot of countries have that big ugly sticker on them. We don't have that in the UK. They just have to mention it somewhere on the box, which usually is quite small. But the minifigures do have a battery sign, similar to the old Mace Windu, which is... Where is... Oh, I think Mace is tucked behind the slave one. Similar to the old LED figures that you push the head in. And I think that's why they have to declare them on the minifigures, because the tiles have nowhere else to get that text around. And the fact that they've kept it all red, easy to replace. Wait a second, hold on, I didn't see this in person. Hold on a second, zoom right in behind the modal nodes. Who is this? That's Max Rebo. That's Max Rebo. That's our boy Max Rebo. Look at that. Oh, I didn't see that. And that's probably also a sticker. You can see the outline of the sticker on the inside of a panel. Lego, stop it. We had that with the original Razor Crest playset. One of the worst stickers I have ever had to apply, just because, you know, removing that is going to be a pain in the bum. Worried about kids getting the batteries out. Valid concern. The minifigures are super glued down. So similar to the old minifigures, they are glued down with an industrial grade glue so that kids shouldn't be able to pull them apart. And you know, there is a way, but for most vigorous playtesting, it will hold up. I think the older minifigures just go to show for that. This is only going to be stronger. They've probably fused the ABS together as well, just so you can't get it through. Hello there! Have I seen your community post from today? I haven't. It's the make and take stand and some of the new smart playsets in store. Haha! We've got the make and take. Well, okay, we don't have the whips for them. They've kind of gone all over the place. But the smart playsets in store, you see so much more than online. I think going forward, I'm not going to do... Maybe we'll mention it on stream, but I'm not going to do like an online review of new sets. I'm going to wait until they're in store and then take a closer look. Because the amount of details that are in some of these builds, I can't believe I didn't see Max Rebo. How did I not see Max Rebo? It was in front of me. There was not a lot of space. Everyone was down the Lego aisle. I was like right up against the Star Wars set. So look, maybe I was too close. Maybe I did see Max Rebo. It just didn't register. I thought we were getting a bonus minifigure. Maybe that's what it is. I'll bring up the community post in a second, actually. So anyone else have any mocks that they've built? Get them on the community post. We'll take a look in just a second. But I mentioned about pairing off the Smart Play sets. I think the X-Wing and Vader's tie could be one set. I think that could be one set. Maybe increase the size of the Yavin build. I think the throne room, that set, cool as it is. Doesn't need anything else. Land Speeder and Mos Eisley. That's one set. I think that's a £90 set. I wouldn't want to see it go any higher than that. Maybe even ditch the Jawa shop. That's a £90 set. I also think... so you can't really pair the rest of them up. You could, like with the Falcon. Maybe... Take that back. Maybe Luke's X-Wing, it's almost the same price as the Falcon, which is crazy. The boxes, the different size boxes is... some of these definitely are worth more than others. That's for sure. For instance, Yoda's Play Hut and the... No, not Yoda's Play Hut. I think it's the ATST and the Cantina. Same size boxes from the front. Exactly the same size. And then the ATST is like 2/3 of the thickness. Okay, you can see that's kind of there in the price. 2/3 thick. I mean, the parts aren't as intense. There's not as many parts because you've got a load of bigger parts in there. Oh, both have quite bigger parts. But then you have like Yoda's Hut and Jedi Training is... Was that the same size as... I think Luke's Land Speeder was the smallest. Maybe that was the same size as like Mos Eisley. But Yoda's one might have been the same size as one of the bigger sets. So the boxes... Some people are going to grab the sets based on the box sizes. Hello there. Yeah, maybe Yoda's Hut. All right. Yoda's Hut and Luke's X-Wing in one set. We've also got Vader's TIE Fighter and the Millennium Falcon. Combine those. We've got the Throne Room Duel. Full stop. Drop that down. Sub 120. Closer to 100 the better. And put the A-Wing against the ATST on Endor. That would work because you'd have a ship to fight against the ATST. Smart brick in both. Like the Imperial Speeder with the Ewok on it isn't going to hold up too much to the ATST. And then Land Speeder, Mos Eisley. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sets. Every single one of these sets should come with 2 smart bricks. I don't want to hear it from Lego. Whatever they say, I don't want to hear it. Respectfully, they have their ideas. But if you're going to sell a smart brick and you put it in 3 sets, one of which comes with 2, I can respect the throne room. The throne room coming with 2 bricks for the duel. That's awesome. But they need to have more smart. It needs to be more available, doesn't it? Anyway, with that, let's get on to hearing what they have to say about it, and I'll try and patch through audio as quickly as I can. Although I will say, I don't think their audio is working. Either that or my audio is not working. Don't tell me it was me all along. Wait, let me see. Is my stream... Let me see if I can play my stream. No, my audio is working. I think the stream... Oh, I've muted it. I muted it. Yeah, don't worry, I'm getting it. I'm getting the audio. There we go.
And
can you hear that?
The sets we'll talk about today, and
turn it up a little bit.
A big group effort, so
they are a bit quiet.
Helped each other. And how long have you been working on Smart Play?
Look at that X-Wing in the back.
I joined the team about like 2.5 years ago, so already quite a while, but like
2.5 years.
development
Does anyone have the names from
way
these?
further back, about like 7-8 years or something like that. So that was before I even joined.
Why is it so
Yeah, it's
quiet?
been crazy. And how about you, Daniel?
Crazy
Yes, I
quiet.
joined around the same time, and
There
the
we go.
models themselves have been in development for roughly 2 years.
Wow.
Can we not hide
Great.
chat?
So I know that people are probably ready to just dive right
Hey,
in.
the layer
So I
hair.
think we should start from the beginning because there might be some
Such an awkward
Smart
way of
Play
viewing
is.
it.
So maybe Marvin, if you can start out with the all-in-ones, I think what is an all-in-one and what are the key components that it comes with? Take it away.
Yeah, of course. So, yeah, we have today 8 exciting new sets that are going to be released. And presented here, we have specifically the 3 so-called all-in-one sets. And what that means is...
So-called all-in-one.
these
Wait,
sets,
are they not
come with
all-in-one?
all the smart component that we developed for this new system, which is fully and
I think the
seamlessly
smart brick
integrated
needs to
into
come
our
out
Lego system
in more
place.
sets.
And what that means, I'm just going to show you here. So at the center, we have
So
our
many
new
parts
Lego
don't
Smart
exist.
Brick,
That's the
which
issue
is
I have,
basically
Bevel.
the brain
There's so
of
many
the whole
parts
Smart
that
Play
they could
system.
bring out
I'm just gonna
instead.
show that here to the
And yet we
camera.
get like the
Let's
odd
get up
printed
close.
2x4.
We have our so-called
Whoa, can you
smart
see the
tags,
smart
that's
brick?
the other component.
Somewhere behind this text.
They
Is
look
this
like
me?
that.
Have I...
And we have our smart minifigures, which look
Can I get rid of
at first
these?
glance like our regular minifigures, but on the back side,
How do I get rid
you
of the
can
shop?
see, they have this icon with which you can identify them. And basically, just to show you very quickly what it does, if we
no,
have any,
we don't want
I'm
that.
shaking this brick here because sometimes when we have it sitting on the table, it goes asleep to save battery. So we just
I saw that.
shake to wake it.
Shake it 3
And when we have
times.
any like figure or like tile coming like close to it, the brick gets
What was that?
activated and gets like the identity of the tag or the reacts to the minifigure. So if we put it into our model, it plays back and reacts the way
All the
we
sounds are
interact
unique
with it,
created for
which is
Lego.
super
They're
exciting.
not...
Yeah, but we will go
not
into
great.
details of that later. So in these all-in-one sets, you
Can't
can
handle the
use
rounded
components,
edges.
and of course, also
Oh,
comes with a charger
what,
to
on the-
recharge the brick once the battery is depleted.
And that's a wireless charger.
Not the rounded
Yes,
edges
it's
of the
wireless,
smart
so
brick, is
basically,
there? That is a
if
proper
the
brick.
charger is plugged in, we just put the brick on here wirelessly, and yeah, it's just being charged. We can just take it off again and put it.
And you can
forward,
charge
it's ready
up
play.
to
And
2
how
at a
many volts can you
time.
charge on that?
The-
I mean, you can see there's like on this pad, there's a little bit more space than just for this one
Uh-huh.
brick. So we can always charge 2 bricks at the same time.
Oh.
Who
that's
gets the demo
great.
bricks?
So what about these sets?
Who gets the demo
Of course,
bricks?
so much talking about the exciting system, but of
Are they
course
going to
we
throw them
also
out?
want to
I
present
haven't.
these exciting
We'd
sets.
have them.
So on the left here, we have this.
You can
very
also
cool Smart Play
charge the
X-Wing
bricks in
set,
the sets.
which
Now,
I'm gonna
Lego
show
have
you
gone
in
back
just a
and have
second.
not advertised that in the
Over
Star
here,
Wars
we
sets, but
have
that's something that was
the,
initially
Smart Play
announced.
TIE Fighter, and at the center here we have the throne room. Let's put Luke back on there. There we go. And yeah,
Ooh,
I'll
got the other way
basically
to how Lego
dive
have.
right into it and show you the sets. I'm very excited.
I'm
There's
excited
fun.
too, and just make sure, please, put all your comments or questions in the chat. We will
Yeah,
do our
true.
best to answer
You
them.
can always part
Excellent. So
out
let's have a
sets,
look
but
at
when
the
it comes to
sets here.
tiling and
So we have a
detailing,
lot of
sometimes you
different
want the
components
clean
here,
look.
And you can already see these different tags that can all interact
Why is
with
the
the
ladder
smart
so
brick.
big?
We have like our rebel transporter over here.
We had a
have,
perfect ladder in Yavin. What was wrong with the
counterparts to
3-step?
To the rebels, an Imperial turret here. We have a little command center here.
Imperial turret, I
of
think,
course,
is
we have
mismatched with the X-Wing.
The set
Because
comes
you don't have a
with,
smart brick.
5,
So the turret
figures.
can't fire. This is one of the
As regular
issues when I was
minifigures,
looking
we
at the
have,
sets.
The rebel
The
commander
turret
here,
can't fire. It's got
Stormtrooper
stud
figure,
shooters,
which I already put
but it's
on
got the
turret
red
here.
details on the back.
We
But you have to choose between the
interactive
smart brick
Princess
being in
Leia
the
that I put
X-Wing
here at the
or the turret.
command
So
center. And then
Lego could have
already
included a
in the
second
X-Wing
brick
ready
in
to
that.
go, we
I
have,
think
of
just
course,
whack the
Skywalker
X-Wing in with
and the
Dagobah,
smart
one
R2D2.
smart brick in the set.
But
And you don't
I
need
think I would
anything
just
to
like
fire.
to show you how it works. So let's just start with the rebel
I bet they
transporter. So
pull
I put
out
the brick
both
on
smart
here.
bricks for this
You can already
demonstration.
see it gets like activated when I start like moving it around. It plays back the way I
Ooh,
interact
wait, that
with it
crunching
here.
sound.
We can also, if we hold
Hold on.
this here, we can refuel it.
I noticed it's got tyres underneath. That's something I saw in the box.
And we can also, if it needs some, cars need some maintenance, we can
The
also
refuel.
do that.
What do we think? Let me know in chat.
There we go.
What do we think? Let me turn it up a
But
bit
there's so
because
much more
they're
to show.
talking very
Oops,
quietly.
in
What do we think about the whole recharging mechanic?
We have here the command center with Princess Leia. So if I put the brick here, we can, try and reach out to the galaxy to see if we can connect with other rebels.
I hope she has good
The
coverage.
murmuring.
I hope so too. She sounds pretty happy though. But then, of course, we also have here at the counterpart, we have.
Did that
the
not sound like an
turret.
astromech? Do 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 do
I'm just
do.
gonna show you quickly so we can move it around and, of course, shoot with it.
So that trigger is working with the color sensor too, right?
Exactly. So basically, when the
Huh.
brick is on here and gets the identity.
Oh yeah, the
of
triggers
turret,
work quite
it
cool.
reads red
Again,
and
that's a
starts
new
shooting.
element on the
It has a
trigger.
couple of
Is
more
that
functions, but
necessary?
We're gonna show that.
Because you could have put a
just
red
in a bit,
lollipop in
so,
there.
Of course, I'm very excited to show you the X-wing itself.
Yeah, we want to get into the
Put the
X-wing.
brick in here and see what happens.
It's playing the Force theme.
Of course, it's Luke Skywalker. We gotta have the Force theme on that.
That's like a
And then
copyright-free
you can see it
version.
activated, so we're ready to fly off with it. So if I lift it off,
Dun. They didn't even complete the riff. That
you
was
can
it.
see I can fly around with it, and we get the dynamic sound.
That's
depending
probably
on
the best
how I
sound
play
we've
with it.
heard.
For instance, if I
That's a
fly
good sound
upside
for the
down.
X-wing flight.
Ah, Luke.
Yeah, he
Didn't
gets
like that.
No, he gets a little bit scared flying upside down. But then, of course, it is an X-wing,
What?
so of course
That
we need
just
to be
sounded
able to
like
shoot,
an engine.
which we can do here. But we're going to show you how to battle with that in just a bit. We're just going to
Because you can't do that with one set, can you, Lego?
So before we do that,
With
we
a
actually have
turret.
a question
Could have
from
been
the chat
a
already.
great way to put
and
a
they
second
really want to
brick.
know why we picked Star Wars for Smart Play. I know people are
Because
looking forward to
Star
other things
Wars
with
makes the
reviews, so
most
why was
money.
that the first one?
I mean, Star Wars is just like the perfect universe for like we have
I do
so
think
much
Star Wars is a
storytelling
great
in
way
there,
to get the whole
so many
battle
amazing,
into it, but Lego have
characters,
just not
vehicles,
done well with
creatures.
it, have
So
they?
it's just like the
Because
perfect,
they've only
partner that has
included
been,
one
with Lego for
smart
such a long
brick.
time
They've
as well,
they've only
to
included
show,
one
like,
smart
the
brick
best
in
variety
each of the
of, like,
sets.
all the
So
different
you're
sound
including
and
in Star
other
Wars
interactions that we have
Star
in the
Wars.
sets here.
It's not
Yes,
City
of
Wars,
course, it's a
it's
very
not
rich
Pokemon
galaxy
Wars,
already
it's
with
Star
all the
Wars.
characters
So
and action
that will make
and
sense.
story
But they've
that
only included
Luke
one pistol
already
in the
has his
set.
hero story.
One pistol in the set. You
but
can't
it's also a
duel
really
with
good
one pistol.
environment to
One
start
person's just going to
your
keep
own
getting
story.
lasered.
That's true. There's so many different
Or one
galaxies and
side.
so
Like
far
most.
away.
Okay.
So yeah,
Not
we're-
everyone
so much to
has
show. Just gonna
two
hand you
hands to
over
play
the smart
with,
brick
but
and
a
you
lot
just
of
show
kids
us
will.
that set.
They'll have a
See,
ship
it's
in
the
one
same
hand.
brick.
They'll have a
It's the
turret.
same brick,
Oh
so it really
no!
doesn't
Whichever
matter which
ship
set you
or
buy,
turret
they will
has
all
the
work with
smart
each
brick
other.
in it.
Exactly.
That's the one that's going to win.
Next up, we have another all-in-one set, which is Darth Vader's TIE Fighter.
A bit different with Vader's tie because there
Here
isn't a
you can see
proper rebel turret.
where the smart brick will go.
There's like two flick fires or stud shooters.
And I'll show you the underside. Darth Vader's
But there's
sitting
still a
inside
lot of
there,
red. I noticed that even in this TIE fighter,
and the functions are much the
it's like the
same
precursor to the
aesthetic,
smart
and the triggers
playsets. This is the
and
gift we
mechanism is slightly
purchased
different.
from the Death Star.
We'll show
Look
you
at all that
still.
red. I think I've even swapped some of the red out of this.
Yeah,
I didn't
something to
modify.
say.
Blaster sounds normal.
different
Sorry,
sound
what
in the
was that?
actual
Vader
sound.
It
screaming?
is very different, yeah.
What? What? Wow! Why does it sound like an astromech?
And don't forget, if you need a little bit more information, you can hit those product cards.
Yep.
Right.
In addition to Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, we
Or see him in
also have
person.
Rebel Outpost,
First off, that wing.
a
Look at that
standard
wing.
minifigure, Rebel
That
Cruiser,
slope on the side.
and we have
That's
the
cursed,
functional
isn't
link.
it?
Of course, Darth Vader in there is a smart figure, and we have the smart tile tag to give the TIE Fighter.
So it's for the
design.
combination.
Right.
The thing is,
Very cool.
Yeah.
Star
and then
Wars
at the
wasn't
center here we
made
have
to give
our-
ships their own sounds and make everything sound unique. A lot of sounds in Star Wars have been
Here at the
reused.
center we
Lego could have
the
reused
third
the
all-in-one
ship
set.
sound. I
The
mean,
biggest
you've
one
got
is
like
the
hyperdrive.
iconic
You've got a
scene
few
of,
different sounds
the
that they could
throne
mix
room,
in.
room
But
with the
every
lightsaber
tag
duel of Luke and Vader.
is one
And
sound.
what's different with this one is this set actually comes
Until?
with 2 smart bricks, and of course the rest of the
All of
smart
them should have come with
components, the tiles, the
2
figures,
smart
and
bricks.
the
All of
charger.
them should have come with 2
Since,
smart bricks.
we have the 2 figure here battling.
Ah.
Of course, we need 2 bricks to enable the battle. and I'm just going to
It
show
is
you
cool, the
first
whole
the
battling.
other
And
interactive
again, you've
points
got
in
the
set.
arms. You saw it
So
on
first one
Luke. They
here,
had
we
the
have
stamp
another,
under the
like,
arm.
Imperial
But they've got the
turret.
arms down trying to cover
So we
it.
can basically,
I wonder if we'll
it's like
take a
a
look at
heavy
any of the
gun,
other
so
sets today, or if it would just be
we have
these.
these like heavy shots here.
Big cannon. I really like that function.
Yeah, it's a really cool movement.
It's great.
But then, of course, in order to battle it, which we
Lego
still need to
still
show
in
you,
our
we still
Simba
go
design,
through it.
hey?
We'll get to that. We have our A-wing here.
What?
So we just
They've nabbed it. It's the
Put it
exact
in here.
same design, just a
You
bit
can
less
have another
complicated
battle
and
here
doesn't
too,
take
right? Between the turret
hours and
and-
hours to
We're going to
make.
show that in a bit, and then we can battle with.
If you haven't seen Simba, go check out the videos.
So
Oh,
fly
that was so
around
fun
here.
to build.
We can shoot.
It's a really great little model.
Yeah,
The
it's
sounds are
it's fun,
terrible.
like a great size to like.
They're not
fly
giving me
really,
hope.
Like, actively around with that.
Yeah, it's very compact.
Kids can make better sounds than these.
So we
That's the
have some
thing.
more
They
questions
all
from the chat
sound
as well.
very.
One of them is about battery life,
robotic.
and I might add just a little detail is that you can always tell how charged your smart brick
By the
is.
light.
If you see here when I pick it off the charger,
Green is charged, yellow
green.
is
and that means that we've got a pretty
medium,
full
and red
charge.
needs
If you
charging.
pick it up and it's yellow,
And if
or
it
it's
doesn't
red,
light
then
up,
that
it's
means that
dead.
you might be half charged, or you might need to put it on for a little bit longer. The battery life is about 45 minutes of heavy, heavy play, and then you're going to have to charge it for about 2.5 hours after that
to get a full charge.
to get a full charge. But you can,
What?
of course, always pick it up halfway and play a little bit longer. You
Hold
don't
on.
need to charge it all the way
Hold on.
until-
I don't know what they're saying now. Okay, maybe I should keep one
and then
ear
another
on when
question,
I'm
that
talking.
I will answer later, but dropping it
45
now
minutes
is
of
there
play
any
for
AI?
2.5 hours
There
of
is
charging.
No AI in the smart brick. We wanted to make another piece in the Lego system, and I will
Don't
get
worry,
to that
guys.
in a bit. But
There's
just to
there's
say
no
that
AI
is not
in the
a
smart
part
brick.
of
They
the
haven't
Lego
used the erase feature on any of the advertising. They haven't used AI on the smart brick. Luke Skywalker right here.
Showing you the rest
You
of
can
this
see
set
no
here.
no
I
AI
forgot, of
used.
course, to
Luke has
mention
the stamps
figures
clearly
we get in the
visible
set.
as you've just
So the smart
seen.
figures that we get in the
You
set
can't
are
even
three,
see it
which
on
is,
screen.
Smart Vader,
This Luke
Luke,
Skywalker,
and
you can see the
Emperor
stamps, right?
Palpatine, of course.
We will see.
And then as regular minifigures, we have.
All right, they might not have been
two
AI. They
little,
might have
guards here,
genuinely removed them for
and,
the render,
the
which I think they
A-wing
did.
Pilot.
They knew what they
and
were
the
doing.
other interactive
A-Wing Pilot's quite
so-called
cool, but we could
hotspots
do
that
with
we
a
have
few
in the
different.
set.
Nitpicking,
Of
nitpicking.
course,
A-Wing,
the,
awesome. Can't
the
fault the
lightsaber
A-Wing.
duel, so if you wanna assist me,
This A-Wing
just gonna
would
give
look
you
so
a quick
different
introduction. We're gonna
5
have a
years
proper
ago.
battle later.
It uses so many new parts we've got.
practicing.
Yeah, the
Warming up.
sounds are
It's just
disappointing.
practicing, and you can already see
I wish the
brick is,
sounds
like,
were a bit-
reacting to how we
We're a
like
bit
play with it.
not even more genuine.
Exactly.
I don't want them to take
But we
sounds
need to-
from
we
Star
need to
Wars.
figure
I
out
like
the
the
fight
fact
a
that
little
they've
bit
tried
later.
to do their own thing.
And then of course we have.
But the sounds they've
here
used
in
just
the
sounds like
center, we have the
R2-D2.
Emperor.
Is this
Let's see what
R2-D2's
happens
retelling
if
through
we
the
put
sound
the
brick?
smart brick onto his throne.
That's cool. And it's so easy to modify.
That's ominous.
They stole
So
that!
since he's the emperor, of course, we have to have. The
They
Imperial
stole
march
that from
playing
Tiny
on
Death
the
Star!
throne. And yeah, these are basically.
That
all
is
the
one
interactive
for
features we have in
one,
this
the
set.
Tiny Death Star
Amazing.
sound.
We've got so much more to cover, and actually, we're going to talk about
If
the
only I
compatible
could show
set
you on my
next, but I
phone.
just want to remind you that you
That's
can
Tiny
also
Death
visit
Star, a
your
game that
store to
got
get your hands on
recalled
and try
in
this up close,
2012 when
because there's
Disney
nothing
bought
better
Star
than
Wars.
actually having it in your hands
That's
and
so
seeing it
Tiny
respond.
Death Star.
So before we go into the compatibles, I have a
Oh.
little surprise for everybody. We decided we really wanted to show you what your imagination can create. So I have a surprise guest.
What?
We have Smart Play Design Master and lifetime Lego Maniac, Carl.
Design Master. Okay, this is something
So,
that I did
Carl.
speak about earlier.
Hello there.
When we were taking a look at the sets.
have a
He said the
challenge should you
thing.
choose to accept
Haha.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, is
right.
there
Receive
no
the challenge.
smart brick things
We
in the UK?
are going to give you a mystery smart
I mean, I
tag.
can only look through so
The
many
only thing I'm going to
different-
tell you about
Oh,
this
wait,
tag
here we go.
is that it will let you fly.
Smart
It's got an engine.
Play.
You can fly all through
Join us at the
space.
Lego store for
And
a
it
demo.
also, like these other great ships, when it sees the color red,
That's all it says. It doesn't say
we really
when.
need your help.
I assume
today
they'll have
because
them up
Marvin
pretty
and
much
Daniel
all month.
really need to beat the Empire, and I don't think they can do it alone. So we really hope that you can make us something that will
But the
help us
thing,
win the
that
battle.
it doesn't look like there's a
And
design
in order
master.
to do that, we're also
I don't
gonna
know what
challenge
this
you to
guy's
use
job
only
is, so I
pieces
can't really
from the
comment
current
on,
Lego
you know,
Star
whether,
Wars
whether
Smart
he's
Play
done it or
assortment.
not. But it doesn't
If I
look
ask
like
you to
there's
make
a
flying
design
machine,
master.
Which SKU would you like to take the pieces from?
Because all these sets look so different.
Machine that can fly. I would say the Millennium Falcon would be a good choice.
Your wish is my command. Go forth.
Shame it doesn't come with a smart
tag
brick.
and build.
Your challenge has been accepted.
You are our only hope.
Woo! Thank you, Cole.
But there's already a falcon.
All right, so we're gonna move
They've
this
challenged
all in
him
one,
to
and I'm gonna
build
just
a
see if there's
falcon.
any questions from the chat and
But the falcon's
any
here.
hidden features of the smart play
This
system.
is the
Well,
falcon.
here's
no?
the cool thing about the system, and not only are there lots of little things to discover, but as we evolve the system and we have new play adventures, you might actually discover.
Imagine if
that
it came
your
with that
same
tray.
toys do different things.
That
You
would
never really
kind of
know
be
what to
cool.
expect
If they
with
come with an
smart.
education tray,
I'm
that would
gonna tell
kind of
you
be
a little
cool.
bit later
It's not just
about some
staged.
different,
It's
features and sensors. And
I
ways
guess
that
the
you can
stream
make
is
smart brick
ultimately for
respond
the
to you, so I
6-year-olds that they
promise I
want
will
to be
get back
buying
to
the
that
set. I
in
just
a
feel
bit.
like Lego don't
All right, so
realize there is a
Daniel, why
middleman
don't you
in
tell us
that.
what a compatible
How
set
many
is
6-year-olds
for
in chat?
two
None, because
compatible
YouTube you
sets?
have to be
Of
at least
course.
12. But how many
In addition to the
6-year-olds out there
original or the
are
all-in-one
walking into a
three
Lego store and
sets that
buying
we
these
have,
sets?
We have
How
5
many
compatible
6-year-olds
sets. And this is one
are
of them.
asking their
This is Mosmouth
parents
and
to pick the
Cantina.
sets? I think they should have sold it
And
more for the
this
parents,
is a
because they're hard
regular
to look at.
analog play set. with a
Sticker.
lot of
See the sticker
imaginative
versus
play
the print.
functions
You could
and
see it with
features
the
available.
shine.
And it is also smart.
He has to
play
build a ship
ready.
with parts from the
So that
Falcon. That
means
would be
it comes
awesome.
with the smart tags, the
Yeah, the
tiles, and it
alternate
comes with
builds.
smart
I look forward
minifigs.
to seeing the
This
alternate builds
doesn't
through
come with
here
the brick.
because you've got green is fixing,
show you
blue is
set.
refueling, red is attacking,
It has quite a lot.
and the amount of ships
So
that just
over here
act
we've
on
got
those
the
basic
interior
3,
of the cantina,
especially for the throne room
sitting area,
diorama. If you can build a ship with
where we
that,
have
besides the
the
A-wing,
smoothie machine and smoothie bar.
that's hours of play.
We have a gate
I
there. with
mean,
little Easter
it
egg
might be a bit
behind it.
hard for kids to work that mechanism in.
we've got the
I think
band
they'd be able
stage.
to do it. That's smart as
Cantina
well.
Band will play
Bit of
music.
Technic in there.
And there are many functions here that you can play with. Outside, you've got a very cute dewback.
Is the made
with
for
Sand Trooper on top.
children? Yeah, it
And
is.
comes with
Had
two
they
smart
advertised
minifigures.
these a
That
bit
is
more to
Han
adult
Solo.
creators, because at the end of the day,
It is not.
just because we're over 6 doesn't mean we don't want a ship that goes swoosh
reason
or
for
like
that
pew pew
is
pew. I would
that
love
we
to pick up
didn't
one of
want
these
to
Lego
duplicate
sets.
Too many minifigures. We wanted the
But for this
opportunity
price,
to create as many unique ones as possible.
Ooh,
So, of course,
considering some of
Han
the other
Solo
sets
has to
that
be
are
the Millennium
available.
Falcon.
That's true. He can't be in 2 places at once. I mean, he's good, but he's not that good.
I think the big deterrent for me
have
is just the fact that
Obi-Wan
it's all
Kenobi and
original
Greedo
trilogy.
here.
They've put all their eggs in one basket.
A little function here.
Because the
where we
functions in it are cool. Whoa!
can eject the guys from their seats.
Greedo shot Kenobi! No!
Now, let's introduce
Rebuild the
smart brick.
Galaxy Season 3!
I'll show you just a couple of the
What
functions.
if Greedo shot too soon?
My favorite here is the
Rebuild the Galaxy was awesome.
So
I think
cute.
Rebuild the Galaxy did it really well, and it got a load of the similar complaints because it's not real Star Wars, you know. That was the big
Sounds a
complaint.
little
It is
rough,
real
so
Star
maybe he
Wars.
needs a nap.
Anything under the Star Wars umbrella counts.
Let's see what happens.
They just killed the Blurg!
He needs to sleep.
He's already asleep.
Did they say it? Or
need
I
to
assume
show
they
stuff
said it. I don't think the
I
smart
know.
brick actually makes
Sorry, buddy.
any
Give him a
noises.
I'm sorry, you're okay.
He seems happy again.
They just killed the Blurg!
Maybe some music will put him in a better mood. What do you think?
That sounds great.
The smart
So
brick does
now we
do a
just
lot
wanna
in a
move
small
this
space.
Speaker system here.
But the fact that one tag makes one
Shake to
sound.
wake the brick. Add it to the band stage here.
You have a Rebuild the Galaxy
that's
shelf.
Someone? What do you think?
We
You
should
really want the cantina for the cantina would. Oh, I tell you what, if you get the cantina for the Rebuild the Galaxy shelf,
Mike,
you've got to
not
get
our mics.
like a Darth Maul to go in there.
Just some feedback.
Darth Maul in Lando's gear.
It's meant to be.
The Darth Maul head's going to be cheap.
Cantina song.
The Lando torso and cape might be a little
Is it going
expensive.
faster when you move it more? Is
Yes,
that what's
it is.
happening?
Yeah. I can control the tempo here.
He's a pretty bad singer, though. I kind of am boo.
We should try a different figure. Maybe
Yeah, that's like
What do you-
we've
what do you have
got
for us, Chef?
Well,
we've
we
got
have,
figuring
a lot
down
of,
and the modal
aspiring
nodes at
singers
home.
Today, but funny enough, I heard that the Emperor has always dreamed of doing karaoke.
I'm not too sure about that. Let's see.
Give him a chance.
Da, 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 da. Sounds like
Start his voice though, but
I think he might be a better rapper.
Billie
yeah,
Eilish.
maybe. Let's try.
All right, nice try. Nice job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's basically the sets as they're played. But the fun thing about Smart Play is just like Lego pieces, you can put them in different places and you can create a lot of unexpected play. So maybe it's time to talk about some of our favorite.
I don't think there's a lot of
Easter
mix
eggs
and
and
matching
weird
though,
things
because
that we
there's not a
found.
lot of
What
different
about
ships
you?
included.
Yeah, I've got a favorite in this set, and of course there are endless combinations you could do. But
So what are you doing right now
Blurg.
here?
I have taken the smart tag off of the dewback because it's
I'm
just
taking the music one.
standard 2x2 Lego tile, and I'm taking the one from the stage.
Again, smart tag inside a tile. There is so... I don't have tiles to hand, do I?
Cantina dewback.
Or do
Let's
I?
see what a musical dewback.
I don't think there were any on the do-back. I do have the smart tile down here. But not the smart tile. I have a regular tile. It's not smart.
Oh, he's speeding up.
Sounds much
There is
happier
so
than
little
before. I
space
love it.
to get a tag inside of this. But they can do it in a minifigure.
Seems like
They
a
have
fun
to
part.
they have to get the tag inside the top bit of plastic. Why couldn't they get it inside the torso of a minifigure?
I think.
What else can
Like
you do?
Can you
inside.
type this out for me?
Not
I have a feeling
inside.
that,
I mean like inside the
Dewback has
walls of
always
the
wanted to be an
minifigure.
X-Wing. And remember, you can hit the product cards if you want to look at this in more detail. But I think I would
We'll
like
take
to
a
see
look
what
at these
happens
a
when
little
he
bit.
finally gets the chance to
In a
fly.
little bit.
All right. Let's.
Oh, shoulder! Whose shoulder was that?
Dewback tag
Someone
again.
debuted on the Lego stream.
And well, it's
So you can mix and match it.
X-Wing Dewback now. So why not?
Do you think he can fly?
Try it out.
I guess you can move the do-back into other things. How many tags are there? Does someone know how many tags there are total?
That's a fun flying Dewback. that
Because the
you can shoot.
minifigure didn't seem to affect that karaoke
It's an
tag.
interesting choice.
I think it's just whether or
And why
not a minifigure
We
is
can do whatever we
present.
want with it.
I
Pretty
see we're getting some questions who want to
Are there actual stores that won't let you buy a set because of the age on the box? Some people have had that experience where they're
They absolutely
with
do.
18 plus
And I
Lego
also see
sets.
that the
Because if you
sharp-eyed
don't know
people in the
Lego,
chat noticed that the bricks say demo
it says
on them.
18
That is
plus.
because we are using demo bricks. This is not the actual writing on the brick that you will get. The brick you will get will be.
oh, we don't get the demo
Do
one.
not worry. Yes. Cool. I
It's like a little
think
make and take
we
station.
have maybe a couple more questions. Let's see. How about the app? I think there's been some confusion because we've talked a lot about.
I think the
screen
app is
free
only to
play,
help
and
them
yet people
set it
find out
up.
There's an app and they say, "Hey, what's going on with that?" So
Also,
when you buy a smart
this
brick
is
or
on
any of
people's
these sets,
screens. This
it
is a
will work
stream.
out of the box. And if you don't
Lego
ever
have
wanna
done
do
so
an
much
update
advertising
or
for the
do
smart
anything
brick.
else
They
with
know
it,
they
you
are
can just play
making a little bit
forever.
of that value back
If
just
you
off
buy a new
advertisements
product
on all
and you
these
would like to get
videos.
updated content, that is what the app is for. You can just get updates on content.
I didn't hear about
if your
that.
parents think that it's a little bit loud and they want to turn down the volume,
That's a
you can also do that
T16.
too. And
Quiet.
or too quiet. Yeah. But basically, it's just a functional app just to get new, exciting play adventures. All right. And I should also mention that
cool.
you can go into UK and the US stores. This isn't just strictly an England thing. So do not worry. We also have a question about.
I
can
did
get the brick
see
by
that. So the smart brick
Not at
is
the
only
moment.
looking to be put out in the
Maybe
UK,
someday. That's all
the
that the
US,
Force can tell you at this moment.
Germany,
Daniel, I
France,
know that you've had a lot to say
Poland,
on how
and
we came up with the
Australia.
idea of the
I
smart brick.
think they
I mean,
are not
I-
even
I
in
can't really
Denmark.
take
I
credit.
know,
mean, maybe Marvin invented
crazy,
it, I don't know.
but
I did not invent
we all
it.
know Lego isn't a Lego.
think it might have
Lego
been
doesn't
really
originate in Denmark. Don't be
for
silly.
7
Lego is
or 8
an
years,
American
and we
company,
really wanted
right?
to create a part of the
That's what
Lego
they'll have you
system. That
believe.
was the most important part, something that fits in.
It's odd that it's only coming out in 6 locations, but it's only in stores in the US and the UK at the minute. So they didn't even manage to launch in all 6. This smart brick is causing a few problems for them, I have to think.
I mean,
Either that or we're the only ones silly enough to be paying for it day one.
Since the question just came out, maybe we should
Yeah,
just like
why not?
show it.
Yeah, there's 2 edges to that sword.
Do you want to play with me, Daniel? Like with 2 smart bricks? Should we like start a little?
Of course.
Yeah, X-Wing and tie, come on, that's what we want to see. So this is cool.
Do back again.
This is the big
this
grab
back
for these
and
smart
his
bricks.
To order.
Yeah.
Shake to wake.
Hold on, I need my pilot.
It's going to catch on.
You do.
He just has to have the Imperial March.
I mean, it's a great song. So
I wish I
get
had a
it.
theme song every
Imperial
time I wanted
March?
to do something bad.
That would be so great. So I'll pop the smart brick back in
So
here.
Vader's
Alright,
ship
now we
is
have
the
two
same as,
smart
well,
bricks,
Vader,
and
maybe
they're
it's Vader, is the
automatically,
same
without
as the
anything,
Emperor.
Like, are aware that they're in the same room. So now if we start like playing and start flying
Oh,
around,
they've lined them
we
up.
can
Yeah, if
actually
you've
have
ever had any
battles.
laser tag kits as a
if I
kid,
start shooting at
you have
Peter
to
here,
fire them both together and they
you
sync
can
up.
actually
Same
see
thing
that
with a
he's
smart
getting
brick.
hit. And also if he shoots back, it's the
Fun
same.
story
I
actually.
hit
My
too, so
aunt,
let's just try to see what
years
happens
and
if
years
we
ago,
get a couple of
got
shots
me a
in.
little keyring version of laser tag, and they were tiny pistols that were probably the
I
mechanisms
think you're on
inside them
critical.
smaller than the smart bricks. This is going back like 10 years ago now. And they seem
I
to
think it just
act in a very
crashed.
similar way. They made a few different
mean,
sounds
Luke
though,
always has to
and
win,
they just
right?
rolled them round.
So the bricks use a Bluetooth connectivity called BrickNet, and it allows them to talk to each other without needing to connect to the internet. or
Imagine
some
if you
other
pick up a Lego set,
third party.
and especially if you live in like a
I
flat or
also
something, and your
almost forgot to
neighbours
give you
bought a
another
set,
surprise.
and they just lock in. I think that makes you mortal enemies
You can
right
win
then and there.
all 8 of the new Smart Play sets. To be eligible, you must be over 18, and you
chance
must live
to
in one of the
win.
places where we are selling it. And there
Over
are much
18?
more
I guess, yeah,
details pinned
parents.
in the chat.
Parents can do this.
Also,
Is this
let's
available
see.
on
Where's some other
Lego
questions we can
Awards?
ask? Carl's free build. Oh yeah, we could also check on Carl.
Yeah, don't forget about him. He's been building his T16.
How is it going, Carl? What are you?
Ends on
what are
the
you doing
8th
there?
of May.
Putting some
This
different
super
Lego
bundle,
bricks on top of
you
each
can
other
put
to
yourself
see
up
what
to
the
win
difference
all 8.
I see.
Only one per person, and
look
it
at
costs
these
0
bricks that are
points to
moving.
enter.
I've put a little.
Definitely recommend
put a
doing
little
that if you are
hotspot
interested in
here
any of
for
these.
the
If not,
smart brick.
don't. You don't have
And
to.
I have a little trigger that I will put in there, and hopefully, hopefully that'll work. Let's see.
Is
I've
that to
never seen
fire?
that piece before. Is that new? Is that a new part of the Lego system?
Which one? This little guy?
Yeah,
We call that the popsicle.
the popsicle.
It's a special piece made for smart play activation.
I was going to
Fascinating.
say, it
Do you
is a
have any
new
other
part.
tips
He
for
said
the
no.
viewers of tomorrow who are
Just to
trying make their
clarify,
own
it is a new
Smart
part.
Play
It's got an
bricks?
axle connector on the end,
What I
and
like
it's
to
also
do is
got like a
find
little
different
ring.
hinges and things, and then you can make different pieces connected with a hinge, and then those things can move.
This right here
Fantastic. Well,
is
I
an
feel
alternate
a
build
little
for a
bit less nervous
2000 set.
about winning this battle now. Whew.
Given the fact that this
Okay,
was just done
so-
then and there.
I think it is time to go a little bit
Pretty
more
impressive.
into how
What
it
was that, like
works.
15 minutes,
So,
if that?
We're going to clean up a little bit here.
We'll come to the Falcon in a second.
Yes. And coming up next, we're going to talk about the interactive system design. So first, I want to answer, there's been a lot of questions about the sound, and I also wanted to tell you that I'm part of the audio team, so I would love to tell you
Hey.
much more about it. Some of the questions that I hear all the time are, how many sounds are inside the brick? The answer
30.
is 0. There are no pre-recorded sounds inside the smart brick.
That's
because
why
we
the
make all
audio
of the
sounds the way
sounds
it does.
with
It's like playing it on a
synthesizers.
really cheap Bluetooth
And
speaker.
first, I'm going to talk a little bit about why we
Well,
didn't use the original Star
expensive.
Wars recordings. So we're in a time
Yeah,
where we
don't.
can watch any
That
movie
would
we
cost
want.
too
We
much.
can have super high sound quality. A movie, a photograph are amazing experiences, but they are stories that have already been told, and they can only be told one way. What we wanted to make instead was something about open-ended play, something that allowed you to choose your own adventure that would come out different
Okay.
every time. We wanted to give you screen-free play, like we said. We wanted it to work out of the box and basically have the same experience that you do with all the regular great Lego system pieces, right?
There we go.
So in order to do that, we had to pack absolutely everything into this tiny, tiny little brick. So
A few different
because this is so
systems
small, I think I'm going to have to, you can zoom in a little bit, but I need some help here.
I love those glasses.
All right, so for those of you
Just
at home,
completely
we
ignored the
actually have
glasses.
a model of the smart brick here to show you
there.
what I
Butterfly
mean.
glasses.
This is like your toy box. And if you start to put lots of special toys in your toy box,
These are all the different colors.
these are not smart figures. This is just for a story. The problem is they can only ever tell one story. So
Is that
you can see
Tito?
that it's getting really
From Force
crowded in our
Awakens?
toy
Toffle!
box, and we can only tell one story, and it has to be Star Wars. We actually do not have room for other adventures.
Get Hedwig out
So
of here.
instead, we made these synthesizers. They're like little robots that move the sound
Okay, so
in response to your movement. You can think of these synthesizers like your element drawers in a really good toolbox, because how do we make a lot of toys come out of a box? We fill it with great Lego elements. Here,
I don't
We've
think I
got
quite get
a
what they're...
metal machine, which can make anything from a sword, a diamond.
So are they
we've got
saying
a
they've broken
water
it into like
machine, which
6
could
different
make
sounds?
splashing.
Because,
Yeah,
let me turn that down a bit.
Actually, can you
Because
think of
if
a liquid
Vader
sound that
and
maybe
the
might
Emperor and
be
that all play, if Imperials play the Imperial
yeah.
March,
the
Heroes...
steam pot
Cooking. Yeah.
I can't remember if there was a
the,
theme. There was that
reform
music
pan.
theme of the
These
tile.
are all from the liquid machine. We also have, in my example here, an electricity. And again, these are element drawers, and these help you put pieces together.
So it's
to
just a
make
string of
the best
code
kind of material.
that plays
Fire.
different...
And the last
It's like if you use contactless.
where all of the smart minifigure voices come from. And I saw a question on how did we design the minifigure voices. So we made sort of a
Voices?
talking machine, and we made more of a roaring and growling machine. So now we're going to play a game with the chat and try to figure out which machine made which minifigure's voice. So we start, shake and awake because they went to sleep. We're going to start with, I think, an easy one, Luke Skywalker.
That sounds like Luke Skywalker's voice to me.
It's a voice, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a voice.
Okay, you are correct.
All right.
Blah, blah, blah.
Now let's try C-3PO.
There's something metallic about that.
Very robotic.
Blah, 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 blah.
There is, and
You know,
sometimes
3PO's,
use a voice machine because he is talking.
3PO's
We might
classic
borrow a
line,
metal
blah,
piece
blah,
or
blah,
something
blah.
like that to put together to make the sound. We've got
One more,
let's
one more
see,
chance.
How about
We operate on a
Emperor?
3 strike and out. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I think we've watched enough of this. We got some good insights in it. That was an interesting point at the end, I will say. First off, shout out to that T16 the guy in the back was building. The sounds aren't sounds. What is that? I did think that there was going to be more of a speaker system in there and there was going to be some repetition. But if sounds are being reused across the... That was a vomit sound! Yeah! Palpatine was spewing everywhere! Alright, let me fix up whatever I've done to this window. I ruined that. The live streams are always vertical, and I do like the fact that they've switched them back to proper screens and they're not just trying to do the vertical ones. Maybe give us a vertical option even, because I've set this up ready for it. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We have our head in. So that doesn't help. Actually, that's left a sour taste in my mouth. So the brick is a Bluetooth speaker. It's a, I mean, let's just because it's a Bluetooth speaker now. We know that. Bluetooth. When did we look at Bluetooth speakers on stream? Bluetooth speakers, 20 quid. Okay, 20 quid for a decent sized one. And that's going to beat any audio quality we can get from this. You could display it in the background, have it preset, even play in the movie. Why would you go for a Bluetooth speaker? So Lego weren't doing what we thought. We thought that, I can get rid of these. We thought that Lego were going for lights and sounds. Kind of gone for sounds, but they've just made a really cheap Bluetooth, really small. I've got to stop saying cheap. These aren't cheap. A really small Bluetooth speaker. I don't like that. I don't like that. The fact that, I mean, that was to get across to kids as well. We've already looked at the X-Wing. We've already looked at Mos Eisley. Like this. So the Bluetooth speaker isn't included, but you've got a speeder token, which is specific to a land speeder, but is it? That's the sound. That's the sound we heard. It was the speeder. That's not Vader's ship. That was a land speeder sound of it zooming past in A New Hope. I can hear that. That's the same as the X-Wing and TIE. If someone does want to pick up all these sets for their own purposes, I would greatly appreciate if you could scan the tags and how would you be able to get the code? Surely with any phone, because phones have the contactless, surely you can scan it like a QR code, pre-QR on CMFs. Little bit of history. CMF minifigures, after they came in bags and switched to boxes, had a QR on the bottom. That gives a string of numbers, and to you and me, it doesn't matter what those numbers are, because people match up those numbers, a specific segment of those numbers, to the minifigure, and that's why when we use our apps to scan the boxes and find what minifigures are inside, we find out what figures they are. It's kind of chance still. The more it goes on, the more accurate the numbers get, but it does tend to be pretty accurate from the start. This is a similar thing. This is a similar thing in terms of it's a contactless signal. So this can be used, first off, the smart brick. In years' time, we're going to see the odd Reddit post of it being woken up by some other random toy, or like even just leaving your phone next to it. It's going to set it off from time to time. I look forward to seeing some of the new sounds that people can get out of it. But if it's programmed with every sound in, once you get a smart brick, you don't need any of the tags. You can get these tags for so cheap online, but would you even need to? Because you could play better sounds at home. I don't see the audience for this. Now that they've come out, I struggle to see the audience for this, but each of these QR codes will have a string of numbers. It will play kind of like a music box, where a music box has the little bit sticking out in the middle and it plucks the actual music box instrument thing. As it goes around, it'll go pluck, pluck. I got a Star Wars one. It's really cool. And this is essentially just a digital version of that. The only problem is this screen-free playtime, as shown on the box, on the back of the box, I think. I'll bring it up in a second. This screen-free playtime isn't screen-free because you need to keep updating it. There we go. Smart brick not included. Add smart brick. Oh wait, it doesn't even say. There we go. And it doesn't say. What I have noticed, the instructions for all of these are now available. If you do want to build them and don't mind about the smart brick, like we don't. Oh wait, the smart brick doesn't come in this set. Forgot about that. Let's go to the X-Wing. If you go to the instructions, there's a separate booklet on the Smart Play brick. Here we go. Luke's Red 5. They broke it up into 5 sets. Okay. So much for trying to save paper. Half of these probably don't need as thicker instructions as they get. And this is just like how to use it. This is how I know about the shake to wake. We've already taken a brief little look through this. Obviously you haven't seen this, so it's worth to probably run through. This is like 5 pages, isn't it? Or is there a lot more? Oh wow, 52 pages. I have not seen all of this. So you got smart brick, you got the smart brick, you've got smart minifigures, smart tags, and a smart charger. First off, is it smart? Lego, that's a brand name. I think smart is like calling their insider rewards VIPs. You know, you're not really a VIP. You're just a member. So many people are. It was nice when we were VIPs. Makes you feel important. Still works that way. Smart play. It's just not as smart as we'd like. We don't have lights in the minifigures. I feel like we're going backwards. We're going backwards here. But let's entertain it a little bit. First thing it gets you to do, download the app. It's a cool concept, but the execution isn't there yet. Emphasis on the yet. It isn't there yet. It's nowhere near there yet, but it could be. It could be so good, but it's not. You shake to wake, you can't get it hot or wet. 2 hours, it says here. They said 2 hours something, and I think it was 2.5 hours for 45 minutes of play. That's terrible. What sort of batteries is this running on? That's so inefficient. Imagine waiting 2 hours to play 45 minutes. I mean, it's just small. They've done with what they could. I think they shouldn't have cheaped out on that battery. They should have got a battery that at least runs for more than it charges. I mean, maybe it's because it's so small they couldn't. Oh, we got a load of like T's and C's and different languages on the back here for the warnings. Okay. Help your child unlock more from smart play sets. This, I found the audience. I know exactly who. Lego have tried something and it's failed miserably. If this is what they've tried. They tried to create a problem and a solution at the same time. It's right here. It's right here in front of us. They've given 3 sets the smart brick and come out with 5 sets that need the smart brick. Otherwise, I think they're still pretty good. I mean, a land speeder's a land speeder, but the ATST's missing the back. Yoda's hut is pretty cool, actually. Yoda's hut is a good one. Mos Eisley has just a bunch of empty spaces that if you don't have the smart brick, it's just got empty spaces. Luke's land speeder, massive hole in the back without that brick. The Falcon, empty back of the cockpit. Vader's tie, open backed. And this is still sick. This play feature at the front, even without the smart bricks, I think that's going to be real fun to build. But they've created a solution for a problem they then created. I don't think you could sell that as well. I don't think you could. It'd be different if they released these sets first and then come out with a smart brick. I just think they've outpriced everyone with this. It's nice to see that this isn't interrupting any of the other sets that are coming out. The land speeder is a pretty good model. They've tried to hide the blue in with it. I think the blue, green, red stands out too much. When we said we wanted color in these sets, we didn't mean that. We didn't mean that. The land speeder does what it says on the tin. Luke's got all the tags on the side as well that they've tried to hide on the side. And also, door molded legs are necessities for any figure with upper thigh printing. Otherwise, you just have this odd, awkward gap that Lego... they didn't try to hide that. They've hid the printing on the side of the torso, which... should it not be visible here? Again, missing printing. Where is that? But they've shown that off. Maybe that's to distract. Oh no, the Jawa's got a fork. It's going to eat the gonk. Don't let it near it. Printed parts on the front. Oh, it's... seeing what Ninjago are doing. Ninjago, I'm every day becoming a bigger Ninjago fan because of what Star Wars is doing. Maybe that's why. Maybe Star Wars is too successful. Lego are like, let's get the fans over here. The Ninjago. What else did we see in store? Oh, the Falcon. We noticed, right, the Falcon is a pretty deep set. It's pretty deep. This is the image on the back of the box. Look at all those bricks underneath. So we've got about 2 bricks tall underneath where this wall goes down to. So 2 bricks. Comes with a bunch of minifigures. Falcon, I'm going to assume that plays the exact same sound as all the other ships. We've got the Duel-In, which is the same sound. Even the green-red saber here, that's a reuse from the Duel. We've got 2 new bricks here. One of which is a workbench, one of which is an engine. Maybe that's hyperdrive. That'd be cool. Awesome, 167 euros. That's at least like 2 smart play sets. It's gonna be the new currency. There's a lot of reused tiles. That also hasn't helped. The fact that the noises are, let's go through it quickly, see how many noises are in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But on here, we've got the ship. We've got some sort of beacon over here. I don't know if the turret made a sound. I couldn't hear it. I think it just fires. But we're going to take those as a base 5. A base 5 sounds. And this is the first update of the brick. There might be more come in. There might not be. Lego might end it here on a high. We've got the introduction. So we've got the ship. We've got the turret. We've got the chilling with Palpatine is like the later one. And then we've got a duel. We've got a duel-in stamp. Actually, we've got 2 of them in this. So that's 6 noises. Already 6 noises. Oh, I forgot to mention. 6 noises and the villains get the Imperial March. Oh wait, no, that is the tile behind Palpatine. That was included in the 6. The minifigure just activates it. You don't have to wiggle Palpatine's chair to get him to hum. and these are the big ones. Vader's ship comes with just Vader's ship. The same noises as Luke's X-Wing. Vader with it also plays the Imperial March, same as the Emperor. Okay. Falcon does have a few new tiles. What did we see? We've got the duel included in the 6. We've got the ship included in the 6. Now we have a workbench and an engine, which I think the engine one is like a hyperdrive sound. We didn't get a good look at that because the Falcon wasn't built and they built a T-16 instead. I'm not complaining about that. Looked quite cool. But so far, 8 different sounds and we're 4 sets in. 8 different sounds. Oh wait, each of the characters do have their own sound as well, but we're trying to stick with the tiles. We should go through the minifigures. They sound different but the same. Can't remember how many minifigures there are. The Mos Eisley has a blurg sound, which you can kill a blurg. That's a new sound. Deadly sound. You've got a blender, and then you've got the 11th sound is like the Cantina band if it was performed by Billie Eilish and Greedo sung. I'm not going to be able to get that out of my head. Dagobah has another blender. We've already got that, and it has a balancing feature, which if it doesn't play the Force theme, missed opportunity. Really is a missed opportunity. I might have to scour through that stream to find all the different sounds. The AT-ST and the Endor Speeder. We've got 2 more ships. I think Vader's TIE Fighter sounded like a land speeder. I think the speeder plays the same sound as the ships. Based on their little demo, maybe that's because they got a demo brick, maybe it's linked up to an external source and there's human error in that, because I don't know if the demo brick was actually playing the sounds. It did seem to react pretty well. We've got an AT-ST, 13 sounds at least. 13 sounds at least, and then Luke's Landspeeder plays the same sound as Vader's TIE. We've got 13 sounds across all these sets. How many updates before this brick just... I mean, it can keep going, can't it? And the brick connects to Bluetooth. That's how it's... well, that's how it's able to update. And that's how it's able to connect with other bricks that it probably has a few exclusive sounds in. It just doesn't feel like there's a lot in the brick. The brick is a Bluetooth speaker. What would have been cool... Lego are anti-screen time. What would have been cool is if they had something that interacted with mobile devices. They've done it before. Lego have had so many bricks and so much tech that has interacted with an app on your phone. You can get the train app on your phone. There's so much you can do on your phone. Kids have phones. 6-year-olds, maybe not as much. When did I get a phone? Probably when I was about 10 at least. I remember having a phone when I was about 10. I don't remember having a phone much before that, and even then I wasn't using a phone when I was 10. I was more likely to carry my DS around with me than a phone. But now you get so many mobile games. I do think a load of kids do have phones or tablets or devices they can use with this. How else are they watching Ninjago? How else are they watching Dreams? How else were... my camera isn't matching up audio. Oh no! Is it behind or is it just sunk up? Hopefully that's just a hiccup in the stream and that comes back. Otherwise, let's flick it around a little bit. Hope it syncs up somehow. Maybe I'm throwing my voice. I'm throwing my voice and it's ahead of the game. The Falcons... oh, the audio's behind? Oh, audio is slacking. Maybe I'm throwing myself, not my voice. Maybe it's a device issue. I see. Could be a headset issue. Oh no, that's not good. This, do we see where? Oh look, yes. So the workbench at the back is the hyperdrive. That is where the hyperdrive is. I just thought that would be for like fixing the ship. I didn't realize that'd be the hyperdrive. And there's Luke training. You're not going to have the Falcon flying whilst Luke's training. But if you want hyperdrive, you need 2 bricks. One to fly the Falcon and shoot, and one to activate hyperdrive with this external connection. You need 2 smart play bricks for this, at least, if you don't want your engine to be making noises. £90, and it doesn't come with either. You have to pick up the throne room doll. If the smart brick isn't a poly bag, like 10 years down the line, if we haven't got this in a sub £10 poly bag, I would be surprised. I do think this is going to be something that ends up not being worth too much. Whilst we're here, let's have a little look. Not at the hemisphere, not at the Death Star, but to see if anyone's listed the smart brick, smart play brick. There we go. Is this the new R2 or not? Currently no listings, but it does show up for those 3 sets. Only one color. Only one, is that right? Only one color. Yes, it's grey. That looks black actually. It's black. It's not even grey. Wait, the smart brick's black. Has it always been? Because the one at Bricktastic was blue. Or was that just a design for it? Has it always been black? Because I know when it lights up, it makes the whole brick seem that color. Has it always been black? Wow, didn't realize that. Vader's tie is not a great one. It's not a great one. I'm going to be honest. The back of Vader's tie, wow, that is open. I will be building this and modifying the back to close it up because the fact they couldn't even work that play feature around it, I'm quite shocked at that. I feel like even if you have to move this back one or get another Technic piece in there, it should be fairly straightforward to get that around. It comes with 1 Rebel Trooper. Maybe Vader's ship could come with a few more Imperials. There's no one to help Vader with his ship. He'd be ordering Stormtroopers around. For 60 quid, they couldn't whack a Stormtrooper at this station. 1 Vader in 1 ship, 1 Rebel on 1 chair, and 1 Stormtrooper at the petrol pump. That's a surprise. Vader's ship. All in all, Vader's ship, from a design basis, if you ignore the price, is one of the best sets. I really like how the wings have been built. There's not a big gap in there. Also, this whole wedge combination and smoothing off the top looks so good up close. That really appeals to me. The open back, not great. That deducts some points, quite some points as well. And everything else about Vader's tie is a solid set. Fans have been asking for this for how long? Years. Been like 10 years since we got the last one. And to get one in this state, oh, that hurts. That hurts. That hurts, Lego. Luke's Red 5, we've seen it so many times. Quite like the Picasso style of it. The brand new cockpit. And I do want to start building that tonight. I think we've taken a look at most of these sets now. Throne room. Can't wait for that. Yoda's hut. Yoda's hut I've got a few problems with, and it's not just the legs. Yoda. Oh, we've spoken about this already. So I'm going to glance over this. Yoda's MIDI scout legs. What were Lego thinking? Yoda doesn't need to be that tall. Yoda is officially the height of Carrie Fisher. If you want to scale that up, that's cursed. That's no wand for the cane. Interesting, because in a lot of content, in the brand new Lego Batman game, I think the Joker uses a wand as a cane. In a lot of the new games and the new content, they use wands as canes, but Yoda still uses the old bar. The legs are MIDI scale. It's almost like this hasn't been designed. This is a knockoff Yoda. This Yoda is not Legos. I refuse to believe that. I like the new torso for Luke. Did they need to change it? No. Decent minifigure to get in here. And the play feature. Ooh, the play feature. Looking up close, it makes me think of the support for Anakin's pod racer. Back in 2019, for 20 years, we got an Anakin's pod racer with some translucent supports. And I'm pretty sure half of those parts could be used right here in the exact same size as they were. It's surprising they've gone with black for the Force. I never pictured the Force being an opaque black, more like a translucent blue, or even a translucent clear would have worked. But they've gone with opaque black. That I have an issue with. The whole plea feature, I cannot wait to get building. And you've also got a brick, a trans orange brick with Technic holes in the side, just because a smart brick isn't included in the set. but it is meant to be for the smart brick that glows green and pink, which, okay, not the color I thought they'd use for fire. Maybe that's not entirely accurate. They don't have a smart brick there. That's just a render. Taking a look at the back of the box, you see, I noticed a few more of the details like the smoke, which is I think it was a flame element in Ninjago first. A white spider as well, which isn't too common, just to show some of the life. A snake wouldn't have been too bad to have included here. Would have given Ninjago an excuse to bring him back for the next season. And it does make a few different sounds. I'd be interested in what sounds the smart brick makes when it's floating. It's got to just be the Force theme, right? Just play that out whilst Luke, and it's also Luke trying to float. Actually, Yoda's MIDI legs, all right. You'd think that Yoda's MIDI legs were to get Yoda inside the hut, but on the back of the box, the bed doesn't allow for Yoda to lay down with his MIDI legs because there's studs under Luke's leg here. Luke's left leg has studs under it, and that's not a tongue twister. That means Yoda's incapable of laying down because even MIDI legs don't fit on two studs. At best, he can sit up and lean his head on the wall. He doesn't get the chance to lay down, studs down and all. So you might as well have just given him the regular legs or given him snot bricks like the Hobbits. I don't really know. I don't know what they were going for. Maybe that's why they included the MIDI legs so they didn't have to include extra bricks. Again, LEGO are inventing issues or inventing solutions for issues we just didn't have. I've not heard a single person complain about Yoda's small legs and ask about MIDI legs. It's weird. It's weird. There's nothing else to say. You got Yoda with a cooking pot so he can cook up a stew for Luke. Okay, that's a nice play feature. You can wiggle it around as well, which is purely there for the smart brick. You can get rid of that otherwise and just have the cauldron with a blue, green and red apple. Oh, I didn't notice that. They're the three colors you need to interact with a smart brick, though chances are if you've got the smart brick, you already have those three colors around. And there's no X-Wing to fix up. That's what this ship's missing. This isn't a ship. This is a set. That's what this set is missing. The X-Wing. We've got Yoda's hut. We've got a little bit of the swamp where Luke can be training. The only two other things I can think of, three other things I can think of for this. The X-Wing in the swamp. Or maybe an X-Wing wing, you know, they could get away with that. Also, the dark side cave. Just an entrance. Maybe sneak a little Darth Vader in here. Maybe that could have an Empire Strikes Back costume. Maybe that would be nice. Also, a log. And not just any log. Does have the stick that is better than bacon, but the log that Kenobi sits on, Force Ghost Kenobi, which would be pretty cool to get a Force Ghost in this set. Imagine LEGO comes out with a Force Ghost in this set. At that point, it's no longer about, oh, £60 for another Dagobah or the opaque black or the MIDI legs. Force Ghost Kenobi, I'm picking this up. I think if this set come with Force Ghost Kenobi for the same price, oh, £60, actually, that's quite a deal. Force Ghost Kenobi, £60 Dagobah. I would have picked this up earlier because this is, design-wise, a decent set if you remove the Smart Play. You've only got this feature back here and a red tile there, which you can get rid of that. I do want to try and get a load of translucent parts for this and work that into it. Force Ghost Kenobi, I'm buying. I think many people are picking that up. Finally, before we start building the X-Wing, got about an hour and a half to do so. That should be plenty of time. Right. We've got the ATST open back. I think this is harder to fill in the back. And it's not as bad as that first order ATST that was missing the entire head. Because of how they've got the mechanism and it rotating right underneath, rather than just having a little axle on the side, which that would be too easy. We got to complicate it a little bit. I think moving that back one and getting a wall that you could pop off. Maybe you pop off the wall. It doesn't have to be permanent, or you can build a little case to go around it. There's two studs on the side here. You can brick build a wall out of just bricks that could go around this and get it looking a bit nicer. I think kids are going to moan more about that. I know there's a lot of adults on the platform complaining about open backs for modulars. I think, well, not modulars. Modulars tend to be 360, but for a load of the bigger sets, I think kids are going to notice it more. If this is aimed at kids, you got to fill in the back. Come on. They got little hands as well. They don't need to squeeze their fingers in there. They can get it in with a back on it. The speeder looks cool. Again, no smart bricks included, so you can't have a duel unless you pick up either 2 X-Wings and Vader's tie or the throne room duel. I can't see a future where the smart brick isn't given away in like a poly bag. I mean, I still don't have confirmation, but the fact that it could have been given away on a little make and take for Bricktastic in this Bantha right here is kind of crazy in itself. Imagine getting a smart brick with this little build. It wasn't available yesterday or today. You just got the Bantha, and I don't even think they included a red tile. They just gave you this little seat on here, and that was it. The smart play bits were sold separately. Maybe for May we'll get lucky and we'll get the smart play accessories as well. I don't think so, but it would be cool if they gave out a smart brick, because once you have a smart brick and you have like a tile to use it, you have a Bantha, then you're left wondering what this can do. All right, Lego brick colors. If I just turn around and grab some plates, they're colors. We've got a blue plate, beep. We've got a red plate, actually a few red plates, beep. We've also got a green plate, or a few green plates, beep. You start playing around with it. Now all of a sudden, I wonder what the minifigures do. They're exclusive to the set. We've got to pick them up. Suddenly, we are picking up a cheap set to see how it plays out. And because we've got a smart brick, we already own the technology. It's a cheap Bluetooth speaker. It is. At the end of the day, it's only scanning the tags. The tags are the important parts. So, if Lego give this, it's similar with a brick separator. Lego give these out £2.50 a brick separator, something like that, which I think is a bit steep. They should be £1. Maybe they should be £1 1 pence. So if you buy a 99p set, this rounds it up. Or maybe that's what they do. It's £1 plus however many pence to round up your purchase. And they kind of give these away at this point. They're so cheap that then you're building different things and you're starting to mock build because you're using this to break apart your Lego sets. You're pulling parts off with it. That's the main thing it's used for. It's a brick separator, not a brick combiner. And now you're into mock building. You're buying more sets. You're buying more parts. And that's what they need to do with a smart brick. Lego need to give us the smart brick, release a £9 city set. Give us anything that will have a smart brick in it. And once we've got one smart brick, maybe some of us pick up 2 smart bricks. Maybe we have 1,000,000 smart bricks. There's really no telling. Obviously, the more you buy, the more expensive it will be. So maybe we stick with 1 or 2. Not only are they interacting with each other and we can have little duels and kids can play with it, adults can have a bit of fun with it, but also we need the tiles. We'll be picking up these compatible sets. I think that would have been the best way for Lego to have done this. This is cheap. It's a bit of plastic with a speaker. Actually, there's no speaker in these. But the real smart brick is a bit of plastic with a speaker that can read numbers. It's not the hardest to do. Maybe I should do it. Maybe I should manufacture. No, Lego have probably copyrighted the hell out of it. Maybe. I will be keeping an eye on the Smart Play brick. See if anyone wants to part with it for, what do we think it's worth? £2, £3? I'd be surprised if it's less than £20. That tends to be what minifigures go for. And I think that's a price that people are willing to pay. The cheapest set that it comes in is Vader's tie. Not a cheap set, no. Not as pricey as some people are making it out, but £60 isn't cheap. It is a bit more than we'd be willing to pay. If it's £60, I won't be picking up a brick, I'll be picking up a set. But let's get into building the X-Wing. Did you see that gift with purchase? Was that a sushi restaurant? Come on, where'd it go? Are they still live? Have they wrapped it up? Oh wow, they must have wrapped it up right after we finished watching. Kind of wrapped it up too long ago. There was a give. Oh, here it is. Restaurants of the World, Japan. That's a neat. It's kind of like the shops they were doing. That's a neat gift we purchase. Little sushi stall. Great for modular cities. The chopsticks and the fish. That's well designed. Oh. Wish they sold these though. Even if they just sold them to insiders on a limited stock basis, because they are limited edition, but they get you to spend 160. What happened to 145? They're charging us more. I wasn't complaining about 145 that much for them to raise it. At this rate, the Star Wars gift we purchased, which is usually 150, it's a little more than what this is. So it'll probably be, what, 170 this year. £170 of Lego Star Wars sets is crazy. Unless they come out with some really good minifigures. Might have to miss out on this year. Keep an eye out for any more make and takes that come with smart bricks. And let's get building the X-Wing. Let's go. We'll keep our little mascot. Right there, almost the center of the screen. Oh, that's on my monitor. I thought there was a mark. Yeah, that's on my monitor. 4 bags, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, we've got the same. Look at the numbers. We've got the same dotted issues with the rendering of the numbers as we had with the initial images of all the Mando sets. Remember when we took a look at the Razor Crest? And it was all just like dotted backgrounds where it hadn't rendered properly. Oh, that was not great. Oh no, we got this piece 4+. It's a 4+ set. That's a 4+ element included in the N1 in grey, and we did part it out then. I'm going to be parting that out now. I don't want to own any of those big elements. Not when you can brick build them. R2 snazzy. Got the 1 pin in the top. Going forward, Astromech should have that 1 pin. Now that Lego have created a mold for this, and they've got the design for the top half, yeah, if Astromechs don't include that 1 pin, they have to transition it soon. They come out with so many Astromechs every year. They can't keep doing the old torso. That would be awesome. I'd pick up a new set just to get an R2-D2 like that. Speaking like a Luke X-Wing microfighter that is rumoured for next year. Perfect chance to get a new R2-D2 out there. Starting off with a bit of Technic. Just had that draw out as well. See if we've got any in white. Try and colour match these where I can. But I didn't end up picking up any of these today. As you guessed as we started the stream. Yeah, didn't pick up any of them. It's a lot of money for what looks like a 4+ set. And my big gripe with them is the red. I'm not a fan of the red. It's hard to love a set when there's just a ton of little red bits that are then filled by gaps. If like the Cantina did it really, really well with the blender coming with a grey tile to stick over it. Hides the tile, hides the red plate. A lot of these other sets don't hide those red plates. In fact, they stick them out a little bit more and make them a bit more obvious. I suppose this green though is probably hidden. We probably won't be able to see that from the outside. You can always swap out the red tiles for different plates as well, but as a Lego set, especially something like that, I feel like you shouldn't have to do a lot of work. You could leave the red plates and tiles out of most of the builds, but then you've got bigger gaps. They've not given you anything to put around it. Aha. How's the white base, if we've used a grey, how's the white base get used? Might as well keep out those 2x4 grey plates. Use 2 by instruction 4, but okay, I have said a lot, sort of, not anti-Lego, but I've given them a fair amount of criticisms. I think the amount of criticisms they've been taken from this Smart Play set Smart Play Wave 2 is going to be insane. If they don't drop bangers of sets with full completed backs, I mean, like Pikachu's not going to have half their brain exposed. I want a pink brick inside as well. Maybe a pink smart brick for the brain of Pikachu. And the instructions. The instructions are better to follow. Not great. Two pieces. Quite simple. I feel like this could have been step one. But then, complex part. We've put in this front brick. Oh wow, this is secure. Blimey. We're putting this underneath and getting two plates on top. That's a complex complex step in the instructions. And then we go back to two plates, and then, you know, we're flipping it over. Pretty decent from here on out. Not too good, not too bad. But already within like 3 steps, I'm feeling good about these instructions because they're not making us just run around and do one piece at a time like that taxi. Oh, Anthony, got all the smart play sets today. What fun you're going to have building. Does that mean you've got 4 smart bricks? Because we were saying you need 2. I think 2's a bare minimum. To really get into the smart play experience, you need at least 2. 4, not only can you have 2 ships, but you can have a friend or a sibling or a partner with 2 ships, and you can have X-Wing, A-Wing versus Vader's TIE. Who do you go with Vader's TIE? Do you have a turret and you just have to like pivot around a table? Do you go with a flying ATST? Who do you go with Vader's TIE? Because we're missing that TIE fighter. Or do you modify the gift with purchase TIE to have a smart brick inside? Because all you need to do is shake it and include a 2x2 space at the bottom. But then you'd need to include another ship as well. Maybe the X-Wing's bad, or the Millennium Falcon. Maybe the Millennium Falcon got kidnapped by the Imperials. You got the Emperor flying the Falcon. Oh, that is great for play. I think the issue is this is all we've got for smart play. If you've managed to buy all the sets, wow, that is something. Hopefully you got some double points back or something on that. Or a good gift with purchase, Restaurants of the World. That would be a good gift with purchase to get with it. You could have the X-Wing and TIE Fighter flying over the sushi restaurant, the sushi shop, defending it or attacking it. Vader, don't stand between Vader and his sushis. The Unlimited Falcon. Unlimited Falcon. That's a scary thought. Palpatine in the Falcon. Also got the gift with purchase. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Picking up with a gift with purchase. I think coming towards me, if we do have to spend 170-ish pounds to get to that gift with purchase, and there isn't any prequel set coming out in May, I don't know what's rumoured for May. I just know that there are meant to be more sets on their way. Maybe Smart Play is what people are going to look back on. Smart Play, they're going to probably run a double points event, and maybe they'll have a few more fans, because given Star Wars' history, they're not terrible sets. I think the potential though is so great. May 4th, I tell you what, Lego, May 4th, if they run an update for the sets that adds more sounds, and I don't know about better sounds. I don't know what the smart brick can or can't do, so I don't want to try and I don't want to ask for too much. At the end of the day, it's not a Bluetooth speaker. It just works the same as one. So if they just add more sounds, all you need is 3 sounds per scan and a little random number to generate any number of the set, any number of the sounds. Am I making sense? I don't think so. But if they add a few more sounds to these smart bricks, then they've got some real good potential. They could just keep coming out with new sounds, couldn't they? If, like Lego Dimensions, they dropped Lego Dimensions, that worked on a similar process to this. bit harder because you actually had to plug that in and there was things saved into the base of Lego Dimensions, like character details and stuff. But if it has a longer shelf life than Dimensions, this is going to do well. I am worried that this X-Wing is going to be really small. It's meant to be smaller than the Y-Wing, so that's a good thing. But if it's too small, the box was so big as well. All the boxes were quite big for these. Unlimited Falcon. Here we go. All right, how do we part this out? I know there's a long plate used at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14? Here's a little bit I got earlier. So we fill out the front of this. That's just a 2x2 and a 1x2. And then we can get a longer plate to fill out the rest of it. Oh, might as well grab this with, where are the white plates? Are they in with a greys? Nope, that's light and dark grey. Maybe they're in with a bright colour like yellow. Snap! Ah, great minds. Great minds think alike. If I could just blow some cash on a ton of these smart play sets, I still don't think I'd pick them all up. If they were free, see Vader, if I'm mocking out the back of a ship, and Vader's ship doesn't seem to have too many exclusive parts, what we can do is have a look. I need to get rid of this hemisphere. We look for the smart play sets, 8 smart play sets. And let's see if there are any elements that don't have a price. Okay, yeah, that's low, bit expensive. You could break that down. Same with this one, you could break it down. Is this an exclusive color? No, it has, oh, wait, it came in the 4+ X-Wing. I think I even have this set, so I do have the part laying around. Huh, that makes sense. So this is similar to the 4+ X-Wing with an elongated nose. I didn't know that. And we got the new black bracket that can be swapped out for 3 of them. So the expensive parts aren't actually that expensive. There's just a lot of parts in here. What does it say it's worth? 93% of items in new condition is £76. But that's not including the tax. Or is it? Maybe if they don't have a price, they're at the bottom. Here we go. These are the elements that currently aren't available or are dirt cheap. Either way, R2-D2's body, the 5 tags, the cockpit that reminds me of Grievous's cockpit. Really reminds me. The green sledgehammer is a new recolor, same hammer as Thor's. R2 Smart Play minifigure comes with the tag and the torso. I guess they list them separately in case one comes on before the other. A brand new Rebel crew. Could have reused the one for, oh, I think it's a head swap from Yavin. Luke Skywalker technically got that torso. The side printing is missing from that render as well. Not dash render, different render. And this is the axle with paddle. So it's not the lollipop. It is a brand new element. And I think that's it. And the charger. And the charger's new. So we got the cockpit. We got the, this is really the only element I can see them using again. Comes in all these ships. All these ships and speeders. Doesn't come in the bar or dagger bar. But why couldn't they just use, first off, a paddle element exists, but it's got the bar holder. So that's the wrong connection for this piece. But there is an ice lolly, a lollipop? What are they going to call that? An ice lolly. There is this element that probably comes in red. Red ice lolly. Does this not do the exact same thing? Hasn't come out since 1999. And initially came out for Belleville. I guess all ice lollies are translucent now. They could have revived this. They've still got the mold. It's being used in sets as soon as last year. In Bluey, in Friends. Oh look, in last year's advent calendar, it came in a translucent blue, transparent dark blue, and has been in yellow as well. Transparent dark blue and yellow. Maybe a little bit of green. Where's that one? I don't know. We're getting a bit distracted here. Let's go back to building this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then goes down to 4. That's 12. If I've counted correctly, do we have a 4 by 12 in white? We do indeed. If this is a 4 by 12, yeah. And that will connect on the back there. That looks like it's an extra plate up. 1, 2, 3. It does look like it's an extra plate up. So we'll add some wedges and that will allow us to connect those with a 1 by 10. Good morning, Grey Snow Blizzard. Also got the gift with purchase. There is a giveaway. So just to remind you, there is a Star Wars Smart Play Super Bundle with all 8 of these sets available on lego.com. If you do want to go in for a chance of picking them all up, where you display them, I don't know, but you would get 4 smart bricks. So if you want a chance to get 4 smart bricks, definitely head over to Lego, and that's under the Insiders Rewards. You do have to sign up for that, but if you don't have an account already, I would heavily recommend you making one, because there's some really good things that get unlocked through it. Need some white plates. Make sure we're keeping 1 drawer out at a time. Don't want to go too much. Don't want to have too much out, make a mess. Although we need some bigger plates than that. Oh, let's bring out the big guns. Imagine this. Oh, it fits. It fits. Look at that. The whole length. Do I have another though? Do I have any more? Yes. 2. I need 4. 3. Oh, we got 4. Yes. And then, did we need 2? Yeah, 2 shorter, because these are going to overlap. Perfect. I think this went even better than the 4+ N1. Definitely not minifigure scale. We do have to find, well, I want to find what scale this is, because I think this is going to be about half of minifigure scale. Some of the other playset X-Wings haven't been too far off minifigure scale. And the UCS one, both of them are a little bigger, quite a bit bigger. But there we are, that's how you make this white base. If you don't own it, if you don't own the 4+ X-Wing set, look at the exposure on that. You barely see the thing. It wants a few colourful tiles. None of the plates, does it? With these new sets, so many of the parts are readily available now. I wonder if Lego are coming to a point where they're realizing that so many parts are available and trying to tone back on it, because so many of these sets we can build. Even if we're just parting out some of these slopes, it's not a 2x3, it's a 2x2 and a 1x2, but it has the same effect, and maybe instead of a 2x6, because I can see a few of the bigger tiles on our Alderaan down there, we can use 2 1x6s. Brickout needs a function where you can swap out some of bigger, you can break down minifigures, but it needs a function where you can head over and break down tiles and plates. That would be a game changer for sites like Brickout, because you could build sets so much cheaper than the actual sets used? Great question. What will I be using for the cockpit of the X-Wing? As the cockpit is exclusive to the set, I won't be using the official piece. I could try and part it out using a frame for the cockpit or try and 3D print my own. But I'm actually going to be using the cockpit from the latest bigger X-Wing, the latest playset scale X-Wing, not the UCS cockpit, but the one from like the 2020 X-Wing, that cockpit, because we've got so much space, that's definitely going to be able to fit. This is where Luke goes, right? On the back here. Then we've got some slopey bricks. I don't even know where the slopey bricks are. I don't think they're in it. They must be in one of the brick drawers, no? Yes. Here's the slopey bricks. Well, they could get away. Yeah, same with any of the other exclusive cockpit elements. There's always an alternative to be had. So where we can, I'm going to use the right piece. But elements like that cockpit that probably won't exist outside the set. So many Star Wars ships get their own exclusive cockpits. It's impressive how we've gone from one cockpit reused on every ship to having barely any cockpits reused anymore. There are some instances Grievous's Starfighter would benefit from this X-Wing cockpit, so perhaps we're going to get a Grievous Starfighter in the future. If that comes with a smart brick, I don't think that's going to matter. I think people are going to pick that up for Grievous. I don't think a smart brick's going to affect it. And that goes on the front. Aha. Got a little stop. It's really handy when Lego does that. It includes a little plate sticking out. So you know, you just slide it on and that's the furthest it's going to go. So you just clip it down there. I have to say, it's bigger than I expected. I know we haven't added the wings. It's almost the size of the Y-Wing, lengthwise. And we might have to shrink this for our display. The X-Wing's meant to be smaller. Maybe we keep it the same size. The X-Wing is meant to be smaller though. It is a little smaller. Maybe it will look smaller if we had the Y-Wing flying over top. That's decent size. We've got an engine on the back of that as well. Yes, let's use some of these parts. Got too many of them. How tall is it? Taller than these? Wait, they're just the same element. They're the exact same element. 1, 2, 3. I think the cockpit is one of the key details of the ship. If you don't get the cockpit right, you risk the rest of it not looking right. And by going with a custom cockpit, I think you are, from a Lego point of view, if Lego were to come out with a custom element that didn't look like Lego, that could make it not look right. Cockpit's not terrible, it fits with some of the other designs, but it doesn't look like an X-Wing cockpit. It does look like Grievous's. Whee! Hiya. Oh, the jumpers. Can't forget that. Oh! That's the old jumper drawer. Still not getting used to that. I've got so much Lego to sort out. Well, I don't have so much. That sounds like I'm bragging. I don't have so much work to do. Oh, night and day sorting Lego. But it's just piled up. So much Lego has piled up from where I was building so much Lego last year. What control panel? Typical control panel. Thankfully, they haven't replaced that yet. Look how many are in here. Eeny, meeny, miny. Knowing Stream Luck, that was always going to be the right one. But had I not been streaming, that would have been the complete right. That would have been like the 8080 panel. Maybe the 4+ X-Wing might be more to scale. I think so. For Yavin, the 4+ one, maybe this cockpit would also work better on the 4+ X-Wing. Hello there. because the new cockpit tries to close in around, and that was one of the complaints about the 4 Plus X-Wing. The fact that the cockpit didn't close around. It was an open cockpit. Same with the Slave 1 to get the arms through. Also really nice because you didn't have to take Luke's weapons from him. You could get Luke still with the weapons in the hands just sticking out of the cockpit. I can't believe we didn't get the same thing for those speeders from The Last Jedi, where Poe sticks his foot through the side and his foot's just dangling out. And in so many scenes, they superimposed his foot in there. I can't believe we didn't get a reference to that in the Lego set. Missed opportunity. Lego needs to bring fun into some sets. Smart Play has done that with Greedo singing. That is hilarious. And the Emperor singing. The Emperor can sing. Give me another toy where the Emperor sings. I think it would be difficult to name. Cool. One day we'll get the right drawers. I'll need that one eventually. Oh, I'd normally part this out, but we might need the strength in both of these being connected. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait, it's the same. It's the same on... What is this? Look at this element. Right, that looks normal. Hold up, someone's taken a bite out of my Lego brick. Why is this different? And the same's true on the bottom. It looks normal. And then there's another bite out of my Lego. It's harder to see on that side. There's another bite out of this side. Why is it like this? Why the holes? I've never noticed that. Is there a purpose to the holes either side? Or is that just how it's always been? Because it looks like one goes down, one goes up. Is that to easy release? Oh, that's for easy release. Oh, where's those 4x4 plates? Come on, show me. Show me those 4x4 plates. They're in the other drawer, aren't they? Yeah, I could have guessed that. Of course they are. I think the reason they have them go up and down, I don't think it's broken. I think it's meant to be a smart reason. And it's so that when you're popping them off, rather than trying to pull them off and get these to split, you don't pull them off. You twist it off and it's a secure connection. Let me get some of those bigger plates and I'll be able to show it off. Are there any in here? There might even be with the bigger plates, honestly. Maybe they're not included. I'll have another look through here. I think it is so a twist off without forcing any of the other pieces to like bend and potentially snap, because it does run the risk of that happening. Oh, these might even be in a drawer because these are big elements. Yeah, they're not in this one. I'll keep an eye out for that as I'm searching for all the other tubs for those 3x4 pieces. And do we have to do this both sides or just for one? Both sides. Doubling up. Don't forget to double up. Double maybe even 4 times, because we do have the 4 levels to this. I'm going to keep the bag out. No, I've just poured it all over the floor. Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Didn't hear any more drop. Just make sure you, when you're doubling up, make sure you build in mirror. Don't have a 1x4 like that. It's odd that they are. It kind of makes sense with the whole twisting mechanism, but Lego don't advertise it. I guarantee every time I have put the plate on there, I'll find the plate that attaches, I have just popped it on and off. I don't think I've been bending it. That sounds like a lot of effort for a younger me to put into separating Lego pieces. I definitely wasn't bending here. Now I know we can go forward with the knowledge we've learnt together. Or we can forget about it tomorrow. One of two ways. Someone clip it so we don't forget. Nice little, nice blue. Oh, it matches up to the back. Matches up to the back of the X-Wing. It's as if it's part of the same set. Who would believe that? And this is to hold on the wings. We got some brackets. Maybe that's for engines. I don't think it is. I think the engines are a part of the wings. Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't with Lego. I might keep that blue out in case we need more. Like I said, these are the bottom engines. They might also need them on the top. Same with the brackets. Although the brackets will probably be the opposite. And then... Okay. Called it. Called it on the other side. Brackets out the side. This probably stops the wings from closing too far in. Unless that also holds the slopes. Here we go. Working on 7744 Police Headquarters. There's a better feeling. I don't know how to put it. There is a feeling. There's a really good feeling when you're putting together sets that you built as a kid and you get that energy. You get that energy back. Like you are a kid putting it together for the first time. And maybe it's not just sets you put together as a kid. Maybe a set you wanted as a kid and you're putting it together for the first time, but you remember younger you and how excited you were to build it. And you get like just this childish rush of energy putting it together. You can't beat that feeling. We got two little keypads. This is in case Luke forgets his pin. Should we replace it with cheese? Great cheese. Do we have this 1x1? I've seen it before. Kind of picked up any sets with it in though. No more brackets. Oh. And what do we need? Slopes. I have a big problem with scrolling ahead and getting distracted with it. Yeah, we put together what other sets? We did the Clone Walker that's still built behind me from 2008. We did the Power Miners mech from around the same time, somewhere around 2008. And there's not many other sets I've wanted to put together from my childhood, but I am wondering if I should pick up one of the MTTs, one of the brown ones from when I was young, and build that. But with the new one on the shelf, the temptation isn't as strong because I know the new one's going to be better designed and have a few cooler features. Although there were some really good features, I think a similar feature on the front with the older one. Maybe building both and comparing. There's an excuse. Like we need an excuse to build Lego on the channel. Never. 1x1 in translucent blue. Do I have my tray? My trusty tray. Trusty tray that is missing. Here we go. Here it is. Don't need these figures. But yeah. Well, I do need those figures. We can't get rid of figures now. Might need a second tray. Oh, 1x1, 1x1. Ah. Oh, yes, it was another. Hey. One of the funniest games. Right, in you go, in you go. Oh, not a single one spilt besides those three. Those three don't count. We get three. We get 3. Looking through about 20 pounds worth in weight, 20 pounds worth, 9 kilos of bulk to find the parts. Well, I have a few smaller tubs. I think I have a few drawers. That one's bulk parts. A mess. That one's a mess. That one. That tub's a mess. I got another drawer down here, and then this is like Moss Isley and a few other. This is full, by the way, as well. This is just full of Lego. It's a really useful box, except for the fact that the use right now is storing Lego that I haven't parted out. Look, right at the top, there's an old city car from my childhood. This set's so old. And we rebuilt that for the city, which is also, we must have broke down the city over a year ago. I think it was 2 Christmases ago. So many parts in here that I could use for mocks, but I'm slowly chipping it off. It was overflowing a few weeks ago. You can see there's a gap on that side. I'm slowly working through it and sorting it into these drawers, but by the time I finish, I'm going to have got so many new Lego sets. I'm going to need another set of drawers. It's inevitable. That's the cycle of Lego. You build to break to build again. That's how it always should be. I don't want it any different. Should have put that in a drawer as well. I promise I don't have just a infinity pool of Lego down to my side. There are some parts that I'll put away properly. Although there is probably too much to my side. That's it. That's all I've got down there. I've got that one tub and the smaller one with the corner bricks. They are. Besides that, most of it's sorted. Most of it. Your brother is the Star Wars Lego fan. You're into City and Ninjago. Funny story. I was the Star Wars fan and my brother was the Ninjago fan. I loved the first wave of Ninjago, but I think I just love Star Wars more. As a kid, I could barely focus on anything other than Star Wars. There are so many shows that my partner will talk to me about and ask if I remember. And if it's between 2008 and 2013, chances are no. I only remember Star Wars. I watched Star Wars so much, back to back, on loop, that it's actually crazy how much I watched Clone Wars as a kid. I don't think there's ever too much for watching a show. If you're a fan and you support it, that's good. But yeah, didn't even have like the DVD. I just, whenever it was on, I'd always watch the episode. That's how I consumed it. Oh. Out you come. I do need to move the Technic drawer closer. What don't I use? No, I kind of use all of them. Maybe we'll keep the Technic drawer down here. Not when I need parts, but when I don't need parts, I'll move it for the next string. Because a lot of these Smart Play sets do use a little bit of Technic. Just a little bit. Where are those? Where are those pinholes? So many double pinholes and axles. None of the single pin 1x2s. But actually, I've got so many axles that I might just use those instead. Best thing with mocking out a set and not going by the instructions, could you imagine if I built a Lego set this way and cycled through every single piece? I might as well be mocking them out. Best thing with mocking it out is you can sort out the parts based on what you've got. I love doing that. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. Oh, let's keep that one down there. So if I find the Technic axle pins, which are annoyingly on the bottom drawer, in the bottom drawer, these act the exact same as the ones Lego have got, except for the fact they're blue. Bonus. Win-win. The black isn't a specific color scheme for the X-Wing. Maybe it's too visible. This is probably sandwiched between the wings. if I had to guess, which is awkward because it's not in the middle, it's not centered. Maybe we get another one in there. And the pins are in the other Technic drawer. I'm going to keep that one out because I think we'll need that in a sec. But we also need this one. I'll allow them. I'll make an excuse for them both being out at the same time. Using the original manual and using the parts list to collect them. I used to do that with a parts list, and we spoke about that. We spoke about that for Yavin, whether it be more efficient to part them out and then build them. And I do think if you've got the set and you know you've got the parts, you want to rebuild them and relive that experience. That's a great way to go. But for the new sets, it's easier to follow through the instructions and put them together as you go. Because, well, yeah, I suppose, especially on a stream, if I'm putting these into a bag, it's going to be a lot better to look at a set being built. But also, as you go, you can then swap them out and decide whether different parts are better for them or not. Like these 1x4s could be 1x2s each. A little 1x2 at the back and a 1x2 at the front. Rather than including the 1x4s, if you don't have like a bag of them like I do, I've been collecting Lego for quite some time now. So, oh, wait, no, that is down here, yeah. So I've got quite a few different parts in here and quite a lot of them at that, which is how we can do multiple builds at one time. Should I have kept out the other halves? Maybe. Just in case we can't find the bigger plates. These pieces. So we can connect the wings. And 2 tiles. I don't know if I need to oil the wheels, if I need to grease them. It's not the actual wheel bearing that is making a noise. The mic doesn't pick it up really as I'm sliding across. But there is like a wheel. I don't know what it is with the wheels. It's not the floor, no matter what we do to the floor. The actual wheels themselves are just starting to creak. Yeah, we need a wider mouth for bigger tiles. Try that again. Hey, ah! Here you go. A lot of April birthdays. Nice. Nice. As a fellow April birthdayer, nice to see. Understand. Oh, yeah. So I don't guaranteed have all these parts. The cockpit we don't. Oh, bag 1. That's bag 1 already. Well, bag 4. But we don't start at the start. We start halfway in. Yeah, especially when you don't know that you've got all the parts. I suppose it's easier to make those substitutions when you can. All right, bag 1 so far has been quite a fun build. You can start to see how it's coming together. The minifigure in here, we've got these slopes that make space for the arms just down here. That's where Luke's gonna sit. Then we've got a section up here. Look how big that is for the smart brick for R2-D2. I wonder if we can slide anything in the back. That is enough space for probably about 6 lightsabers. I think you can get 3 back to back to back. You get 6, at least 4 lightsabers in there. Maybe a few more if you part them out. And that does look like it's going to open at the back, similar to Carson Taver's X-Wing. And then you've got the wing connections on the side here. And they've got that stopper in the middle, but no Technic to open them up. So this acts the same as the Rebuild the Galaxy X-Wing. Not terrible. No worries. The desk chair that I'm sat on, the mic doesn't pick it up. The mic doesn't pick it up, but the wheels are like, it's almost like they're sticking. But they're not sticking. It's the material they're made out of. It makes like a little sticking sound, and it's I need to sort it. The mic doesn't pick it up. I'm happy for that, but it annoys me. Yeah, the Rebuild the Galaxy X-Wing has the exact same connections. You just pop up each of the wings at a time and set them to attack position. I think when Lego's concerned, that's not a problem. In fact, some people might prefer that to the Technic mechanism or the old rubber bands. Anyone remember the rubber bands on the X-Wing? Okay, did the mic sleep itself? It's low battery, but it was charged before. It should still have at least half an hour in. Did it sleep? If it cuts off again, I might need to replace it, but that was odd. Thank you. I'm back. It's working. That's why you didn't hear me. The mic's been cutting out. Nah, it's working. Oh, here's one I made earlier. Oh, there we go. If I don't say 67, I don't know the importance of a 67. I should put this one on charge, but I'm going to hopefully remember afterwards. And who says these streams aren't fun? Haven't had a mic die for so long. Normally on top of that. If I weren't out all day looking at smart brick sets, that'd have been charged, ready to go. Thought it was your earphones. That's the worst thing, when audio cuts and then you're like, is that me? Is that not? Or when something glitches on the screen. I've been watching a few videos where something goes funny, and every time without fail, I'm always like, oh no, that's it. The monitor's dying. So I apologise for all those moments through Mouldie videos. Oh, no, it is the right drawer. They're just in a segment, not in a bag anymore. Aha. Instantly, isn't it? Can I do a shout out? Hello there. Hello there, Jackie. Yeah. More brackets. Oh, wow. Are we just brick building the entire back? Will the brackets line up? Well, they will do. So we've not got a secret compartment of lightsabers back there. That's disappointing. I was looking forward to that. Did I even... Oh, perfect. That holds it together. Huh. Did I find where that went, though? My tub of those. Yeah, I did, didn't I? It was... Oh, no, I found where this tub was on the stream the other day. Does anyone remember where the 2x2 inverted tiles are? Oh, I don't... I put it on sideways. The mic? Is the mic? Yeah, the mic's on. Mic's on sideways. I always put on the mic sideways. Up and around the corner. I don't remember where it was. Let's start looking. There's only a limited amount of drawers. We gotta find it eventually. Or was that the thing? Did I think it was in a drawer and we bagged it? What if I thought it was in a drawer and we bagged it? I almost knocked something over. Oops. No, I remember thinking, which I don't do too often. Oh, it's not in any of these. Is it? No, it was here, weren't it? Watch, I'll remember where it is when I get to like the final drawer. Well, it's not in with the other tiles. That's where I need to put it. When I find out where it is, I've got an empty drawer in with the other tiles. I need to whack it in there. Ah. Got it. I don't remember where it was. Nope. It's not in with the round bricks. It's not a slope. It's not a clip. It's definitely in a bag. Oh, we found it. We found it. I can't remember where it was. Oh, okay. I'll have to have a little look afterwards. Maybe it's still on the desk somewhere. I haven't put it back. Just like those corner tiles. And then, oh, landing gear. Surprised they didn't try and hide it in... Surprised they didn't try to hide it in this area of the ship. Now you can see it. I don't think we've seen landing gear that can fold up on an X-Wing for a while. Maybe Rebuild the Galaxy had it. I take that back. Maybe Rebuild the Galaxy had it. But it's still been a while since that set come out. Been 2 years. Oh, but we've got grey. Why yellow when grey? It's like including a yellow one of these. You can include all grey parts and they go for a colour. Yeah, grey is quite boring actually. I wish I went with the yellow axle. I'm going to get it back. All this colour we've been adding ourselves. We try and grey scale the yellow one. Ah. Oh. Also, the back of the X-Wing used to be bricks on the wings. Then Lego transitioned to having the bricks actually on the X-Wing. And now we've got 2 Technic pieces here which could connect to feet that if they don't fold could turn away. Maybe they fold underneath the wing. Or maybe that's nothing to do with the landing gear. It can hold a lightsaber as well. Don't have a lightsaber to hand. I would if I built Luke. There we go, a little further front. Oh, that's it. It leans forward slightly. Do I have anything flat to stand it against? If we were to stand it on this tray, it leans forward ever so slightly. But it does hold up, and it should hold up when you're placing a minifigure in here. If you were to press down on the middle, it wouldn't damage the plate underneath, or the 4+ X-Wing base, the brick. The weird piece that we didn't use. Keep you down here as well. See if we got any of these little brackets in white. Oh, I saw 1, I saw 2, I saw 3, I saw 4, I saw 5, I saw 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A load of them. Let's hope we need a few more of those. I need to print another one. I gotta stop saying it. I gotta stop saying it and actually print another one. And more of these white round plates. Right on top of the old ones. Welcome back. 1, 2. There was another build we needed a ton of these white ones for. I don't know if it was the last well, I think the last X-Wing we built was Rebuild the Galaxy. Has it been 2 years since we had an X-Wing? Or have we got an X-Wing since then that's been forgotten about? No. No X-Wing's forgotten about. I don't think there's been a bad X-Wing. I will say it. I don't think Lego have made a bad X-Wing. I actually think Lego are incapable of making a bad X-Wing, because even though the 4+ one wasn't my favourite, in fact, it's probably C tier, probably towards the bottom of these X-Wings. That's like a basic X-Wing. It did what it said on the tin. It had a brick that made the cockpit, and it had basically 1 plate on each wing. But it wasn't a bad X-Wing. It was just real simple. It was like if I had 5 minutes to come up with an X-Wing, I couldn't do better than that. That'd be a pretty decent X-Wing actually, with all the printed parts. Been seeing a lot of people building sets from just parts in their inventories. It's kind of cool. I'm impressed by how many parts I have in my inventories. There was, I don't remember the channel name. I really don't remember the channel name. But there was someone that I used to watch that would build Lego sets, and it was strictly Lego sets, wasn't mocks, from parts in their inventory. And it really got me thinking into, well, how doable is this? Like, how many sets do you need to pick up a year to be able to part out these sets? And the answer is not a lot. Even though not a lot, cut to the video that I've got coming out this week where I pick up more Lego sets. Even though I didn't pick up smart brick sets today, I did pick up more Lego sets. You're gonna have to wait around for that video. Have I seen Boba Bricks? I haven't. Quite a cool name though. Also, have you seen the new CMF? Speaking of Boba, not Boba Bricks, but Boba Fett, have you seen the new Boba CMF with the Boba? The Boba CMF, the Boba costume. It looks pretty cool. I'm not a massive fan of Boba. I've not had Boba. I've just seen it out and about. And I know it is quite popular. But the grey one's different to the yellow. I think that Boba CMF is asking for a Boba Fett custom. Oh, the CMF. I'm picking up at least 2 of the CMFs early on. I think whenever they come out April 1st, don't they? So when I go in to look at the Mando sets, I'll be walking away with a few. There's 2 that I've got my eye on. There's 2 that my partner have got her eye on too. I don't think I'll be able to resist them for long. Slopes as well. Slopes and Technic. Should always have Slopes and Technic by the desk. I need a little drawer that I can just... Slopes and Technic. Save me going all the way for them. A lime green slope. Green. Is this for the firing mechanism? We get that in there. Pew, pew. Oh, it's a little squeaky. The mic's picking up something. I don't know if it's picking up the squeak. I think it clicked. I did something to it. Yeah, this is the least tension spring that Lego make. That means it's really satisfying. Thanks for hanging, Chopper. May the bricks be with you. There's a place where you can get free boba tea on your birthday. Oh, not the boba, but the Bionicle and Ninjago. They're the 2. They're the 2. Yes. They're the 2 I want to pick up. The Bionicle one doesn't remind me of Bionicle, actually. I think I missed Bionicle. I'm of the age where I could have enjoyed and partaken in a bit of Bionicle. But I miss Bionicle. I caught on for Hero Factory. And Hero Factory had like 6, 7 different droid minifigures. And the helmet reminds me of that. I so want to grab all the old helmets and make some new figures for them. I have to see. There's one store that has all of them in stock, but they just charge so much for them because they're the only store that has them all. And they have a few of each of them as well. They're a little more affordable. Maybe I could go back, revisit the Hero Factory days. Good times. With the Lego.com. I got nostalgic. I was speaking to my fiance about it because she wasn't really into Lego back in the day. So I was trying to explain how the Lego site worked, and she knew it through other, especially cartoon channels, and like the Disney site had it, Boomerang, Cartoon Network, but the games you could play on Lego.com. Does anyone remember the games on Lego.com? You had Yoda Chronicles as well. You had all the Star Wars stuff on Lego.com. That was so cool. They need to go back to that. I appreciate Lego outsourcing some of their content to Disney Plus, to ITV. And Disney probably wouldn't allow for a lot of the stuff to be streamed on for free on Lego.com when they can make some money. Although Disney seems to have done well for itself. Especially Disney Plus is included with so many different subscriptions now. Oh. No, 2x4, 2x4, 2x2. Yes. We don't have the smart tile. We'll just use a regular tile for now. And this... Wait a second. This goes in this way. So that's a... What? It sticks out a little bit, so you should be able to press it in. Oh, I tell you why this ain't working. We need to switch around the 2x2 and the 1x2. It still works with these tiles in, but they need to be a 2x2 in further. So this needs to be one tile. It doesn't even have to be this color. You could have any color in there, but that will make the difference. That will stop it being able to press forward, and this jumper locks it in place. There we go. Pew pew, pew pew, pew pew. Oh no, it broke. Let's continue building, then we'll play with it once we got it done. Oh, that's satisfying though. So satisfying. Oh wow. I could just imagine having a smart brick in there. The smart brick is cool, but I think it's a lot of money to be spending on a Lego set coming up to May 4th. May 4th, this might be popular. I'm going to say it now. After the media dies down around it, and especially... Oh, it's never not going to be funny. Lego launching something to keep kids away from screens, and all kids are doing are watching videos of people talking about it on their screen. It's the most backward thinking you could get. If you ever that right there is the epitome of, if you tell a kid not to do something, they're gonna do it right there. It's like, oh yeah, this will stop screen time. And they're just watching videos on the thing that's going to get them off their screen. Remember, you could watch the Bombad Bounty. Yes, the Quest for R2-D2 video game. The Quest for R2-D2 video game. If you don't know what that is, I wish... I don't know if it's even available on a Wayback Machine. Because I think a lot of it run off the old Adobe players that don't run. Quest for R2-D2 was legendary. It was a 4-part game series. You could play as Anakin, Ahsoka, Anakin and Anakin's apprentice, Dooku and Asajj, or Dooku and Asajj's apprentice, and every time you beat the Quest for R2-D2, I'm losing my voice. You can... I haven't spoke that much today. Probably why I hadn't exercised it earlier. Every time you beat a level of the Quest for R2-D2, you got one of 4 books, which are available on the internet. You can find these and still build the set. And I only ever got 2. I don't know why I didn't complete the Quest for R2-D2, because I completed a lot of the Hero Factory stuff, but I only ever got 2 of these books. So, to celebrate 20 odd years of my Lego collecting hobby, I went back. I sourced the parts for all 4 books and built the secret set. I don't want to spoil it. If you do want to go out there, find it. It's an amazing ship. And it's one that hasn't been, up until recently, didn't have a Lego set on it. You may have seen people talking about it. But I was so happy going back. I didn't get to replay the Quest for R2-D2, but I did get to build the set. And what a set. Lego need to do more of that. It combined every single Clone Wars set in an entire wave, which back then was probably like 10 sets. And if you bought all of them, you did have to buy all of them to build it, then you could build this ultimate set. Different days back then. Different days. There's so many bigger Lego Star Wars sets that they could combine them today and release crazy sets. I've been saying they should do it with the Batmobiles. Release instructions for March. They had the perfect opportunity today. There's so many Batmobiles coming out. There's like 3. There's like 3 Batmobiles, but to a non-Batman fan, 3 Batmobiles is like Luke's Landspeeder, Han's land speeder, and the Mythral's land speeder all coming out on the same day. It's a lot of land speeders. They could have released instructions for an ultimate Batmobile. I still think someone needs to go through, pick up every Batmobile that's ever been and combine them into one massive Batmobile. I mean, some of the big Batmobiles that have come out are crazy. You combine them all and you've just got unlimited parts. You're going to have so many left over as well. Secure this down. Hopefully there's a big round plate that just connects all these brackets at the back, wires them all together, locks them in tight, and we'll never be able to separate them, even with the strongest of brick separators. Oh, what's it? Oh, wait. Oh, I know what this is. All right, I gotta finish building it so that I can show it off, because so many times I'll be talking about something and I'll forget to show it off. But Bombad Bounty is available on YouTube. That one is. I know that for sure. Oh, that's a Lego set. We need to see all of these in actual Lego sets. I think there is a limit to them. If Lego started making a load of joke sets, I think Lego Star Wars is quite serious. As funny as Lego can be, the Star Wars side is a little less funny. But Skywalker Saga gave us so many gags as well that we could have used as sets. This is the trigger. What did I need from here? Oh, white. And this is just going to go loose? No, not loose on the top. We are going to stud this down. But it's feeling pretty loose right now. Why the door rails? And why not? Why door rails? And why not 2x2 modified with 2 studs? Which would really secure it down. That goes in there. And then pressing this down. And then pressing this down. Come on. Don't embarrass me. We're live on YouTube. Master Mouldie, you probably know this if you're watching anyway. Don't embarrass me, please work. You're meant to be able to press this down, and this is meant to slide forward. But for whatever reason, it's not working. I feel like it needs to be set off first. Wait, if I can... Oh, hold on. Is one of the plates holding it down? No, this is just stuck. Why is it stuck? Is this studded down? Oh, I know what it is. They wanted tiles in the middle here. We didn't use tiles. We used brackets. So that has forced it to stick itself down. Easy fix. Swap this out with a 2x4. Okay. Ooh, crisis averted. We didn't need that round plate anyway. And then... Oh, no. Rebuild everything back up as it was. Just like so. Okay. Now it should work. We studied it down. That's why. Now it works. We put this in. Come on. Don't embarrass me a second time. Look at that. Look at that mechanism. I mean, the button right now, if we were to tip it open, does face the same fate as the Y-Wing cockpit. But I think we're going to secure this in. That's so sad. It's something about the slopes rubbing against each other because they're not completely flat surfaces. They are a little rough. And there is a little noise that comes with it. It's not too nice a noise, I admit. It's like an old bit of tech. But it's not a nasty noise either. I can see that with the smart brick noise covering it up being a satisfying thing to push, and that's to fire the brick. So there must be a bit of red on the side here that would send off that signal. Ooh, we got a big plate on the top. Do I have one of those to spare? A nice 4x4 with a hole in it in white. I don't think. Oh, I do. I have. Oh, it's at the bottom though. Which means I'm gonna have to pull this out and risk never putting it back. Once it comes out, that's it. Where'd it go? No. Wait a sec. Hold on a sec. Wait, where did it go? I've lost the plate. Oh no. Oh, we'll use corner plates. I don't know if we secure this in, but if not, I'll grab that one later. Where did I put the plates? Oh, wrong drawer. How many corners? 4? 4 corner plates coming right up. Oh, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey! There was one of those that was really sunburned. I tried to move all... That one didn't look too bad, so I'll leave that in here. But I tried to move all of my yellowed pieces into light tan, because if you leave them in the sun for a little bit... Although I've had so many, I mean, I've got 1, 2 white builds and a few white minifigures that are in sunlight quite a bit on the end of my desk. Quite a bit. We haven't had quite a bit of sun this entire year. Quite a bit of sun. Bit generous saying it, but they are usually in sun. And I've had a few like R2-D2s that have been in the sun. And they haven't reacted to the sun at all. At all. Like not bad. They just haven't reacted at all. But I suppose if you leave it for years and years, it will eventually take its toll on the bricks. This is so fun. If there was a mechanism like this to launch the wings open, even if you had to reset the wings, I think having a little spring button... Springs need to be used more in Lego. We do need to use more springs. We do lock it in. That I can do with a few of you, I think. No? Is this not the slopes I was looking for? Wait, where are all the top down? Oh, there are a few in here. Where are the others? Why is there so few slopes? No. Oh, right. What's this? A brick underneath. Let's swap that for some plates. And what we can do is have these go underneath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Quite enjoy the mechanism for the 2021 X-Wing. That was the one that redefined what an X-Wing could be. That's when I said the 2020 X-Wing earlier, I meant the 2021 one. It come with Leia, it come with Janda Dana, it come with Luke R2, but it had a really cool Technic mechanism that just used beams. I don't think it used much more than beams in the back of it. And as you press down the middle beam, the bottoms would droop, the top one, like they crossed. So you pressed it down and it would crank. So each of the X-Wings would open up like that and then drop a little lower. That was smart. And still need that. That redefined what an X-Wing could be. And similar with this. This is a Lego brick sticking out, but it has that same push down that could not only do that, but could also make the wings go out. Be harder to keep them there. But it could. It could do it. It would work. It's a possibility. Let's... Oh, we do need a 1x4. We do need a 1x4, don't we? Yes! Just the one of them. And the slope selector's the top brick. I think we still need... No, don't need a plate on top. That's where these come in. And then we'll tile it off. Just like so. With a 1x4 in white. Clear that. Of course, the white 1x4 is trying to hide. Is that it? Oh, 1x3. I think we'll have to start wrapping it up. We're almost halfway through. How many? Oh, this keeps... okay, it keeps on going. It keeps on going. Nice to see that the back looks like the foot of an AT-AT. That's an AT-AT. Boy, is that an AT-AT. 56. Only we could get that magical number. No, that's a 1x6. Where are my 1x4s at? I feel like we'll probably need a few for an X-Wing. X-Wings ain't 1x4 low. There we go. And these 2x6s, 2x4s. I think we're going to need so many of them for the rest of the X-Wing. But I think I'm going to leave it there for tonight. We will come back and finish it tomorrow. We'll have more than just 1 hour to try and build this entire thing. Look at it compared to the size of the Bantha. And we're still not done. There's an engine to go on the back here. It's, I'd say, nearly 3 Banthas. Maybe 3 Banthas once we finish up with the engine. Same as the Y-Wing. It probably is going to be about the length of the Y-Wing. A bit wider than it. Such a satisfying mechanism. R2 is going to be on here, which works. Yeah, R2's free flowing. Do I have an astromech? No, we'll take a look at that when the set is built. That's super satisfying. And this brick might be able to house the original cockpit, because we can work a little modification into there. So the modification for the X-Wing should be simple, shouldn't it? Stick around to find out. We'll find out tomorrow. Until then, I'm going to sit here for about 21 hours. I'm going to sit here just pressing this. And I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, and may the bricks be with you always. You can leave whenever. See you tomorrow. See you, Great Snow Blizzard. I'll just be here. Just waiting for tomorrow's stream.